Hello, CFA Nation. Gabe, how's everybody doing today? Man, so excited for this. So excited for this. We got Arab in the house, Rachit, Sanjay. Sanjay says MLB app. Yep, that's where you guys can watch it on the MLB app. First baseball game, Yankees versus Blue Jays. MLB app. It's free for like the first week too, so you should be good to watch it there. But how's everybody doing? How is everyone doing? Crispy Update says he's always been intrigued with baseball. What's up, Phil? What is going on? What's up, Jordy Girl? Abdullah? Anshul? What's up? What's up? Yeah, you should be able to. What's up, Baroon? Download the MLB app. It should be good no matter where you're at. So that's how we'll be watching. What's up, Harris? What's up? Yeah, normally the first week they give it for free, the MLB TV. And then, of course, that's when they'll start charging you afterwards or whatnot. But the featured games are normally free. They normally give you at least one featured game too, free. So we'll see what's good. Oh, man. It's free on the MLB app. Yes, it is. You said baseball? Bet. What's up, Parang? Gabe, Hazelwood put out an IPL. Jason Roy.
What is up, everyone? Sorry, Gabe. I was on the phone. No joke, true story. Can you guys hear me all right? Give me a thumbs up. I got kind of a different setup because I want to use the big TV in front of me. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I'm thinking about teaching mode. But I am so excited. But I was freaking out this morning, Gabe, because I had found out way too late that YouTube TV isn't covering Fox Sports San Diego, isn't carrying my Padres channel. And that's just not okay with me. So I'm trying to I was on the phone with AT&T TV. They have it. So I'm going to be setting that up probably during the stream, during breaks or whatever, and make sure I have that so I can enjoy my Padres. But how is everyone doing? I'm so excited. There's 26 of us here to watch possibly their first baseball game. Gabe just got home, for crying out loud. Good to see y'all.
Yeah, I literally just got in from California. We left this morning at 5 o'clock, left our hotel, got in town about 9:30, 9:45, booked it over here. And yeah, man, super excited. Still waiting for first pitch. But it's also on EMTV. It should be, I should say, on MLB TV, which is free.
Oh, yeah. You guys, I forgot about that. Yeah, if you get the MLB app on its iOS, I think Android too, you can get a 7-day trial for free. And if you guys aren't near New York, then you'll be able to get that. I mean, ours is going to be out of luck there. But if you're not near New York, this is being played in New York, I'm pretty sure. You can watch it for free and then just cancel it right away. That's a good point. So we got some questions coming in about baseball. Obviously, if you don't know, baseball is our first love. We love it. Gabe's got his Yankees gear. I got my Padres gear. I got to get a new Padres hat because this one's getting beat up. But Gabe is a New York Yankees fan, has been his entire life. I'm a Padres fan, have been my entire life. And we're just excited to watch this. Gabe got lucky that his team was the first game of the day. So he's lucky that I'm going to grace my viewing eyes on his team. But this is going to be a good matchup because the Yankees are before the season started ranked higher than the Blue Jays, but the Blue Jays have a serious offense. They have a whole bunch of young studs, and with young studs, you're not sure how they're going to follow through and how it's going to work out. This is the first game, so I'm not expecting like a 12-run match or 12-12 kind of situation.
Right.
But I mean, this is going to be a good game for your guys' first game. I'll tell you that much.
I'm excited about it. I definitely am excited about it. I will say, man, that you know what? I'm worried because the Yankees have had so many injuries. There's no Chapman today, so he's hurt, right? There's no it's bad. When I'm telling you, it's bad. Chapman is hurt, so there's no Chapman today. We lost Luke Voigt like literally 2 weeks before the season started. You know, it's ridiculous. So it is what it is. How long is a baseball tournament? Well, you see, it's not actually tournaments in baseball, guys. It's there are baseball tournaments like the World Baseball Classics.
That's a ball. Now, sorry to interrupt you, Gabe. We got Gerrit Cole on the mound. Okay, Gerrit Cole is a serious beast. He is a beast. He's a cheater, but he's a beast. Oh, ground ball to shortstop, and there's a first out. So anything hitting the infield, as long as it's parallel with the bag and in, more than likely they're going to be able to get that runner out at first. But if it's hit really slowly, then it might be a little tough. Let us know, guys, if you want us to teach you all about the game of baseball as we watch this. But there's the Yankees with the pinstripes, the classic pinstripes. Woo, Gabe, first pitch, first out, or second first out.
Yeah, second pitch, first out of the season. Ground ball to shortstop. Gleyber Torres at shortstop. Who honestly, Gleyber Torres is not a shortstop.
97 mile per hour gas on that one.
Too big, yeah. 97 mile an hour fastball there.
So this is his third opening day start. If you get the opening day start for your club, that's a huge honor. That means you're the best pitcher on the staff. Each team has a rotation of 5 starting pitchers that they go throughout the first 5 games, and then they rotate that. Very few teams ever do more than 5 or less than 5. It has been done, but it's very, very rare. And this guy right now batting is Kevin Biggio. He is the son of a Hall of Famer, Craig Biggio. Correct. And he's got a little bit of pop to him. But I was surprised that a lot of people I was watching in the preseason stuff were saying he doesn't have too much power. I saw him hit the ball pretty well, but again, that might have been just in Toronto.
Ooh, got him with the high 98 mile an hour cheese right there. 90 mile.
He swung?
Oh, he swung. Those wrists broke.
Replay. If you go more than halfway past that plate. Now, Gabe, he's a pitching fan, so if they move their bat at all, then he says they've gone.
Well, I mean, that's it's like in cricket, you know what I'm saying? I always go with the bowling, so in baseball, I always go with the pitching.
Man, so many questions. So the distance from the mound where the pitcher's at and the home plate is almost the same as wicket to wicket in cricket. It's 60 feet, 6 inches.
Right.
And in cricket, it's 20 meters, so 60 feet. So it's super, super similar. Another similarity between the two sports. And look at what Gerrit Cole's doing, guys. He is setting up Bo Bichette, who's another son of an all-star Major League Baseball player from the past. And he can pitch whatever he wants right now. He pitched that outside. He missed his location a little bit, but he went outside trying to see if the guy would chase it. He's not that bad of a pitcher. He's trying to get to that strike zone. These guys are looking fit and ready to go for the season. I love it.
Gabe, do you hate umpires in baseball too? I hate all umpires, but baseball umpires specifically, they're the ones that caused my hate. Sid, great question. He
hates baseball umpires way more. He went a little too inside there. I wonder if he thought that he was crowding the plate too much. Oh, that was not the best location right there. Full count right here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get the best location for this camera here. I'll stop stressing it in a second.
Right now, full count. You're not going to try to walk this guy. You're going to pump a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Try and hit it.
But I don't think he's stressing about walking him because there's already 2 outs, but you don't want to give him a free bag. Oh, you're right in the middle. Challenged him, and that's the 3rd out. So there you go, Gabe. Yankees first innings done. Oh, we got a super sticker here from Gaurav. Thank you so much for that. Man, the only thing about having my setup down here is all my equipment so far away.
I hear you. So, let me just let you guys know that at bat right there, he grounded out to, that's a full count, right? And as a batsman, that's what you want to do. You want to be up there as long as possible. Guys that get out in 1 or 2 pitches, like the very first batter got out in 2 pitches, that's trash. You didn't give anybody behind you an opportunity to even get warmed up in the batter circle, okay, let alone see any pitches. So he went deep there, and that guy's actually, his name is Bo Bichette. His dad was a baseball player as well. So this team is actually stacked with really good youngsters. And he went full count. He ended up grounding out to second base. This is Gerrit Cole, though. This is probably, what would you say, Nick? Top 5? Not because I'm a Yankee fan, not because I'm a homer, but he's got to be top 5.
Some guys have him top 3, no joke. Some guys have him top 3. The thing that'll be interesting, and I don't want to get too much into it, but he's been known to go for the sticky stuff, right? It's a big, huge situation right now in Major League Baseball. Some say it's a scandal. Some say it's been happening for a long time and no one's cared in the past.
Right.
But he looks like he's ready to go this first inning. Like, it hasn't really bothered him too much. We'll see how it goes the duration. But yeah, he's definitely top 5. He might be top 3. He's a stud. He's got location with that fastball, as you saw right there. I mean, he threw it right down the middle. In most situations, that's a cookie. But since it had some heat to it, and since he challenged him, Bo Bichette, all he was able to do was ground it out. So I'm a Padres fan. People keep asking that. My Padres play in a few hours. I am rooting for the Blue Jays, obviously. Obviously. And let me tell you something, guys. I hated the Yankees growing up. Hated the Yankees because they beat my Padres in the World Series in 98. They swept them. But since I've gotten to know Gabe, my hate has been relinquished. I still don't say I root for him, but I'm happy when they win for Gabe. So that's coming a long way for me. But yes. I'm so excited you guys decided to join us here. We absolutely love this game so much. The Yankees, Gabe, are by a lot of so-called experts or YouTube experts slated at that number 3 overall team. But the interesting thing is a lot of people have number 3 in baseball for the rotation too. And just last year, I know you were very upset about their rotation. So how do you feel about the improvements they've made?
It's not number 3 right now, but once we get back Severino,
that's what I've been watching videos. That's what a lot of these videos have him ranked as. I think what was it? MLB had him at right number 3, and Giraffe Neck Mark also put him at number 3. So I mean,
yeah, the Yankees are like the Mumbai Indians. They're stacked. Now, right now, their rotation is top. In my opinion, they're probably top 10. I would say about 5 or 6. But once they get back Severino, they automatically jump back up to 3. Severino's hurt. This guy that's batting right now, they call him the Machine, and he is the most prolific hitter in baseball. He puts up over 200 hits a year, which is a big deal, and the guy is amazing.
And the crazy thing is this guy almost didn't get a contract a few years ago. Everyone thought he was done. Oh.
And grounds out to first base.
Perfectly there.
Yep, grounds out to first base. And as you saw, kind of like in cricket, right? He let that ball get really deep on him. That's why he makes such good contact. This guy does not strike out. Bottom line, he does not strike out. And the thing about that is, if you put the ball in play, even if you hit it at a fielder, they still got to make the play. But if you strike out, that's just the worst out you could possibly have. So you saw how he hit the ball the other way. That's basically, he didn't pull the ball. That's because he waits till the ball gets very, very deep on him.
Yeah, he was a little late on that ball. He didn't get the call on that one? Wow. So, positioning of the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., another son of a former baseball player, Hall of Famer. You don't see a first baseman placed that much inside. That was crazy.
For a right-hander?
That was perfect placement because he hit that pretty hard.
That's what you call sabermetrics right there. I have heard of Aaron Judge. Yeah, Aaron Judge is a monster. I wanted to get to this question right here, Nick. It says, so is there a Jordan line or a Cole Deep line certified player in game? Oh, yes, there is. Oh, there's some close. I'll tell you right now, there's a closer that's going to lose his job in 32 seconds this year. All right. And he's the closer for the Phillies. We got a friend who's a Phillies fan who lost his mind when he was named the closer. And that's Hector Neris. This guy is terrible. Terrible. And just like a Jordan, he bowls in the death, right? This guy's a closer, which means he bowls at he pitches at the end of the game. The most important 3 outs they are, and he's terrible. Terrible. Oh my gosh. Aaron Judge, this guy right here, Yankee, he's still a young guy, man. He can hit 30, 35, 40 home runs a year. His problem is he gets hurt.
I put the information in the chat for you guys if you want to be able to get access to this game. We got Keanu Ryu pitching for the Blue Jays. He's obviously their ace. He's an opening day starter. This guy typically has what we call a low ERA, which is the same as economy rate. And he's missing with location. That was way down. I'm not sure why. I know Aaron Judge likes to swing at, but he's not going to swing at that when it's hovering over the plate by about a centimeter or so.
That was a smart pitch.
I don't think so.
He
came inside and he went low. Way low. Not South like, Koreans, 6 inches below, but he was like at the ground there. There you go.
Got him. Inside fastball.
He couldn't catch up to 91.
Inside its location. You've got him looking
Judge is not
outside.
in session. He was late on that swing. He didn't pick it up. Look at that. He turned on that swing way late, so he was expecting some off
breaking pitch,
maybe a breaking ball, and he was surprised to get that fastball.
Cricket for Americans. Is there a quick info equivalent for baseball with the ball-by-ball commentary and update? There is. MLB app. The MLB app will also give you the games. Even if you don't subscribe to it, you can get the play-by-play.
Also, ESPN app as well. You can go on there and go to the Gamecast, and it won't show you the game, but it'll show you like a little illustration of a batter and a pitcher, and it'll tell you what each pitch is. It's usually a few seconds delayed. Everyone, thanks so much for checking us out here for Cricket for Americans. If by any chance you don't know what this channel is and you're just here to, nice, he elevated that perfectly. If you are a baseball fan, then we are obviously Americans that we love cricket. And so our audience is a bunch of cricket fans. They're watching, a lot of them, their first baseball game here. Go ahead and join us during this game as we talk about it, as we give a little play-by-play. It's a 1-on-1 count. See that? You think that was good location?
No, that's just a breaking ball, trying to get him to fish right there. But I like how, what's up, Stark? What's going on, Stark? It says, how do the fielding guys set up traps for the hitters? Fielders don't really set up traps. It's pitchers that set up traps when they're pitching. Fielding, you basically field wherever you're told by your fielding coach to go.
Nice.
So your fielding coach might tell you this guy has a propensity to pull the ball. So you'll see all the fielders shift to the, if it's a right-handed hitter, they're gonna shift because he's gonna pull it to the right. If it's a left-handed hitter, they're gonna shift to the left. But fielders don't really set up traps. Pitchers
not
do.
really traps, but what they do is they hit it where the fielders aren't. Right, that's what they're trying to do. Wow, second guy who swung through the 91-mile-per-hour cheese
right there. You're out.
You gotta be pumped to have Aaron Hicks back and healthy, right?
Absolutely, man. The guy is a savage. Now, up in the next inning, we're in commercial break right now. Up in the next inning, one of my favorite baseball players, non-Yankees, is coming up, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. His dad was a Yankee killer, all right? But I'm Dominican and he's Dominican. And Vlad's dad, like, honestly, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to me is so, he hasn't fulfilled his potential. But the guy lost 30 pounds in the offseason because the big knock on him was he doesn't take his career seriously. He's not fit, as you guys would say in cricket, and he lost 30 pounds. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do this year. But the kicker flat out hit. His rookie year, did he win or did he almost win the home run derby? Was it, Nick? I want to say he battled and either won or almost.
I don't think he won it, but he came close. We got a few questions here. I love the questions. Is there a captain in baseball? Yes, but it's not anything near what it is in cricket. They don't make the decisions. They're more of like and Gabe can correct me if I'm wrong, because it's not really something that's even talked about that much besides Derek Jeter. They're almost like that example in the clubhouse. They kind of set the tone. They make sure guys aren't goofing around, wasting time. Right. But they don't make decisions on the rosters. They don't make decisions on who's pitching. They don't really have any of that. It's more like he's our leader. He's our example that we look towards, that the players have to go to. Right. They want to talk to you. But it's not really something that's talked about too much. Someone else asks, are the pitchers allowed to throw swing balls? The pitchers can throw whatever they want as long as it's not like against the rules by putting substances on the ball. They have a swing ball. We call it like a slider or a curve ball where it moves. With the pace would be like a fastball. The slow ball would be a changeup. There's certain balls called a knuckleball, right? Where they hold it like this, and it's coming at you like 30 miles per hour slower than any other ball, and it's got crazy movement on it, probably similar to maybe a googly or something like that. But they can throw whatever they want. They don't bounce it. It's got to be in that strike zone.
So a couple things I wanted to address here. Stark. Why? Let us know. Hit us up. Let me know what the new account's going to be. I hope everything's all well, brother. Then somebody else asked, who's the John T. Rhodes of baseball? So as far as like the best fielding, Ozzie Smith was the wizard. You know what I'm saying? He was the best infielder of all time in baseball. Now he's been gone for a while. Woo! So that's what you call a slider. This guy's looking for the fastball because Gerrit Cole really established the fastball in the first inning. He starts him off with a breaking ball. That's how pitchers set up hitters. Oh, didn't get the high call there for the changeup.
Oh, that should have been a strike.
Horrible umpiring already.
That was ridiculous. Bring in the robots.
Gabe, could you educate us on the umpire signal for strike, foul, home, out? All right, well, what I did earlier, right, is, and all the umpires will give it to you different, but when you strike a guy out and it's on punches, some will do, like, they'll punch like this, some emphatic ones, old school, will do a little punch like that, but that's an out. This will be safe. And, I mean, there's different calls.
If
a
it's
home
a ball,
run,
they usually won't say anything. Sometimes they'll, like, kind of put their hand up like this. But see, right there's a strike call. That's his simple, regular strike call when it's a strike. You can also, if you listen to it, you can hear him yell, right! Or sometimes they'll say that's outside. He got the ball. If it's a ball, they don't really do anything. But, yeah, he's right. This is safe. This is out. This is strike out.
Booted! Jeez!
Oh!
What did I tell you guys earlier? Yes, misfield. Even you, Marcelino the cock knows it. Booted! You're trash! I told you guys at the beginning of the game, this guy's got brick for hands. It took one game, and he made an error. One game!
All he's got to do is put the glove down on the ground, and he at least stops it.
It's you can't make it up. You can't make it up.
He was trying to predict the hop, or he just wasn't able to get the glove down. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I know he's lost some weight, Gabe. I'm not trying to focus too much on it, but it looks like he's put on some of that weight back on, though. To tell you the truth,
he's not as big as he was last year.
He's still slimmer.
He's still slimmer.
Definitely slimmer. But when I saw him earlier, like about a month ago, he was super trim.
Gosh, one game in and already the first error of the year. You got to be kidding me.
There's an adage in baseball that you never, ever give a guy a free bag because it's usually
there you go.
To haunt you.
There you go.
Almost don't go to third. Stay at second. There you go. Yep. A lot of times the runner will try to go from first to third on a ball to the outfield, but that was hit too hard, and it was hit right to the center fielder that he wasn't even going to make that. But look at that. First pitch just hits it right back at the pitcher.
That's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Ooh.
Not right back up the middle. When you hit a ball right back up at the pitcher like that, that's a thing of beauty. Oh, I knew it. I just knew it, bro. Always starts with an error, guys. Always. So Dominican, Cubans, Koreans are good, right? Yeah, I mean, there's talent everywhere, though, guys. Some of the best baseball players are from, you'd be amazed. Check my account. I have been, I don't know what that meant, huh? It's compromised. And anyway, it's bloated. So deleting, making a new one. Just let us know, brother.
Oh.
You're an original. You're an original.
Outside, but he just missed it.
God. So now this pitcher's already in trouble through no fault of his own. He's given up one hit, but he's got two runners on because a simple routine play wasn't made.
And you got Gurriel here, number 6. This guy's got some serious power. He could also. Oh, no.
He went. Yeah, there you go.
He flicked his wrist a little bit.
Bro, you can't break your wrist.
Baseball World Cup. There is a
yeah.
Oh, Gabe, what's it called?
The baseball. It's called the
World Classic.
Yeah, the Baseball Classics, World Classics.
Yeah, it's called something like that. But yeah, they have that every 4 years. I think it. Oh, right down the middle. That guy's gonna score. There you go.
So
yes, my power continues into another sport.
You guys got to understand, a run in baseball is huge because a game can finish 1-0. So every run you give up is precious. So dropping a guy like you just made it's the equivalent of a guy getting dropped and now going for 50 runs. You know what I'm saying? In cricket, because of an error being made. That's why defense is so critical. And that's the Yankees' biggest issue. This kid they got at shortstop, Gleyber Torres, is not a shortstop. He got brick for hands, man. Bricks for hands. God.
They're saying that we're behind. Can you imagine that? We're here in the States and we're behind the game. That's crazy.
Why does our internet hate us?
Yeah, so the Padres, they're playing the Arizona Diamondbacks in San Diego. They're favored to win that game, but it's the first game. Anything could happen. Oh, right up in the air. That was a gimme out right there.
Beautiful.
Oh gosh, what is he thinking? Who was that batter? He was up there so quick. I wasn't even paying attention.
I want to say that was the catcher.
All right.
Was that Danny Jensen, the catcher?
Telly?
Oh, Rowdy Tellez. That's their DH.
I don't know that player. So, let's see. Do discussion on the video called Butler and Alec. Well, we're not doing cricket right now. Randall Kritchik. I don't know this guy at all, but he's up there with runners on first and second, one out. Gerrit Cole can get out of this if he gets a double play ball. Kritchik's going to try to at least move the runners to second and third. That would be worst case scenario right here. Not worst case, but the least of the best options for him. He doesn't want to strike out. He doesn't want to ground it into a double play. And this is a situation. I don't think Cole is feeling too much pressure right now. He's got the one out under his belt, first and second. Anything can happen. He's gotten some ground balls already today, but he's already thrown 24 pitches. Ooh. And I don't think his location's too right. That's the second ball that's came way too inside.
Phil Cuzzy is umpiring. He's actually decent. He's not as bad as Angel Hernandez and Joe West. There's not really too many great baseball umpires, but he's one of the better ones.
So we have a question here from Harris. How do they put their lineup together? That's a great question. Oh, he was just late on that one. So in baseball, you want to have your guy that can get on base the most, right? On base percentage. You want to have him lead off. Usually it's a smaller guy, a faster guy. You don't usually put your power home run hitter there at number one unless he just gets on base all the time, which sometimes it happens, but not prototypically. And then your second hitter, in my opinion, right? Your second hitter is like a second leadoff hitter, maybe not as strong, but another guy that can get on base. And then your 3 and 4 and 5 hitters, those are your big guys, especially number 4 hitter. We call him a cleanup. 3, you're typically having your best average hitter at number 3 who gets the most hits. The first and second guys, they are going to get on base anyway, walk, bunt, whatever it is. 4 is going to be your power guy. 5 is going to be your power guy. 6 is going to be a really good hitter. And then, in my opinion, your 7 or 8 are the most vulnerable hitters. Those are probably your weakest hitter, especially your 8 hitter. That's usually your weakest one, but probably on the team for his fielding abilities. And then in the National League, you have the pitcher batting ninth, which is definitely your worst hitter. In the American League, like this game right here, you have one of your best hitters, DH. They can be anywhere in the lineup. There's a strikeout right there. He got him to chase on that outside low pitch, a little bit of breaking ball to it. That was nice.
And you saw him almost walk away like he thought the inning was over. He forgot about the error that was made ahead of him.
That was a beautiful pitch. That pitch had movement on it. Look at it. Boom. Does he have a sinker? Is that a sinker he just threw?
That's his slider. That's his
slider. Wow, I didn't know his slider had that much drop action to it. It looked like a sinker. Sinker is going to be a faster pitch that just drops at the very end there. Nice. Beautiful location. 98 down there in the bottom outside corner.
String and a miss out of the strike zone. Yeah, and that's the thing. You know what? Lar, I want to here's something that I was taught a long time ago. Pitching in baseball is really simple. You want them to swing at balls that are not strike, and you want them to watch the ones that are. It's that simple because you're trying to trick them. Because if they know a strike is coming and it's going to be in the zone, 95% of these batters can hit it. So it's that cat and mouse game. You know what I mean? That guessing game.
Yeah, there's no night watchman. We have pinch hitters that go in there at a certain part of the game. But with baseball, what nice pitch. When your lineup is set in baseball, that's what it is. And if you want to make a change, you have to take that player out for the entire game to replace with a different batter or a runner or fielding change.
Correct. And that's more important in the National League where Knicks Padres play because of things like
nonsense.
Yeah, things like double switches.
Oh
wow. Where's that pitch?
No, that was outside, but he didn't get him to chase. That was nice patience by the batter. By Jansen.
Are you kidding me?
That was outside, Gabe. Stop it.
Listen, that's in the black, yo. You're
No,
Gerrit Cole. You get
that
that. You
wasn't
get
even in
that
the black.
call.
That was outside.
Here we go. Pump him with 95.
Come inside. That's what I would do.
Wow. No. What are your baseball nicknames? So is it like for players or
no? Like you're Gabe, the night watchman type of situation. What's your nickname for baseball games?
Oh my gosh, bro! Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Maybe our favorite player, Gabe, the Yankee Clipper, because every time I watch them, they lose.
Any other season, I would be Nick the Forgotten because my Padres suck.
Wow, Savannah with a drive-by. She said, how's that different from any other sport you watch? Update the score. It is 1-0 right now. Let me go ahead and update that score. 1-0 right now. And we are in the
35 pitches in the second inning. It's a full count. Runners on first and second.
He should be out this inning.
He's got the game. He's got the inning in his hands right now. All he's got to do is get one more strike where the guy's not going to hit it, and he's out of the inning. This is a big pitch. Let's see if Jansen's up to the challenge. And he pops it out of play. So that's a huge difference right there between cricket and baseball. That is a foul ball. Now, the fielder can go in foul territory and catch it, but it went into the stands, so there was no play there. Here we go again. That was a great way to stay alive by the batter, the number 9 hitter. If he's able to turn the lineup over here, then he'll have the number 1 guy go again. They just go in a rotation of 9 batters. Almost said batsmen.
Oh, he just fouled that off himself. Yeah, but see, pitchers don't normally go more. This guy can, but don't normally go over 100. So no matter what happens this inning, you want to limit the damage. You just ensure this guy's going to be out of there by the 5th or 6th inning.
Exactly.
So
he's not going past 5.
Good job.
Not an opening day. The Orioles, they got a decent farm system, to tell you the truth. They can be in a situation in a few years if they play their cards right where they can be more competitive, but this year they're not gonna do too much, in my opinion.
Got him. What a pitch. Look at the run on that. Ooh, that was disgusting.
Okay, now this is my problem with that call right there. We've seen 3 pitches outside the little K marker right there, just outside what you would call the black, where he did not give him the call. I hate when an umpire decides to give the call on that 3-2 pitch. I absolutely hate when they do those favors for the pitchers.
Did you see the run on that ball, though, Nick? That thing came all the way back in.
He has not called that at the first 2 innings so far, and he decides to call it in the most. I have this opinion that a lot of umpires, especially in baseball, they like the pop of the crowd. They love the pop of the crowd, so they'll go. Watch these guys when they get an out in a big situation. They lose their minds and run up and go, because they want the crowds to respond to it. That was response to the crowd right there. That was not consistent.
You saw it right there, like that one curved a bit. Yeah, that's us either. Well, how fast was it? Was it a slider, Nick, or was it a
does he have a 2-seamer? Does he throw a 2-seamer?
Bro, Gerrit Cole
probably a 2-seam fastball.
He throws a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam fastball, a curveball, and a slider. It's disgusting.
He doesn't have a cutter though, right?
No, he throws a 2-seamer.
I would say that's the 2-seamer. How fast does this 2-seamer get? 93, 94, or 92?
Yeah, about 92, 93. His 4-seam is the one that he can pump up at 98 to 100.
Wow, so he got out of that. He minimized the damage, and what did I say earlier? Gabe was complaining about it. When you give a guy a free bag, that leadoff hitter of the inning, that's always going to come back and bite you. If that error didn't happen, there'd be no runs given that inning.
So there is a home ground advantage. You build your team to your park. So kind of like CSK builds their team to bowl, a lot of spinners, spin-friendly team. Yankee Stadium, for instance, has a very short porch in right field. So left-handed hitters that will pull the ball, you want them to go ahead and you want power hitters that do that. Yankees also build guys that can hit the ball a long way, because it's one of the smaller stadiums. Some stadiums are very spacious, so the Yankees struggle there because the home runs die on the track. So there's that kind of home field advantage. And, of course, the home field advantage of being able to bat last. You know what I mean? That's a big advantage right there. This is Giancarlo Stanton. Now, Giancarlo Stanton is actually, Nick, even though this guy's always hurt, you know he's hit home runs for the Yankees every year opening day. Since he's been there, I want to see if he does it today. Let's go.
Look at how this guy's just look at how this guy is built. Look at Stanton. He's like a Greek god, for crying out loud.
He's yoked. He's yoked.
He's not just yoked. He's super tall. I mean, he's just chiseled in all areas. It's just not fair.
Now suddenly it feels like you guys are speaking a different language. Let's see. Julian Collins says, Nick, I feel your pain as a Padres fan. I support Sunderland in football. Used to be in the PL, but suffered back-to-back regulations a few years ago, and are still in the third tier. Oh, you can't call that a Bill Buckner call. Come on, Stark. It wasn't that bad. He goes, it
wasn't that bad. But my problem, I have no problem with that call. Guys, that's a strike in, I would say, 70% of the time, right? My problem is he wasn't consistent on that outside call. That was the first time he called it a strike, and it was a 3-2 count. That's my problem.
And I understand what Nick is saying. It seems like umpires aren't consistent because they're not. And that drives pitchers and batsmen crazy. You know what I mean? Like, if it's going to be a strike, let me know at the beginning of the game.
Exactly.
Let's see. Ooh, he just missed it. Now, as a pitcher, when you see a guy hit a ball straight back like that, guys, that means he's on your timing. He just missed that ball. The last thing you want to do is do that again. So I doubt sincerely that you're going to see the pitcher throw that same pitch again. He'll throw something off speed.
He'll throw his 91 power fastball right down the middle because he doesn't want to walk this guy.
You don't think he'll walk Stan?
92. He got a little bit inside. I didn't get to see where the glove placement was for the catcher, but that was beautiful. It popped him up. What'd I say? Fastball. He didn't want to walk him.
He missed it. Just underneath it.
Look at the snow in Detroit. Is that Mickey getting a home run?
Get out of here. He's 1,000 years old.
He just got a home run on opening day.
Oh, my gosh. Don't tell me he got the first.
Did you not get that replay?
All right, you must be ahead of me.
Oh, that was a beautiful breaking ball. 73. Good luck catching up to that.
What a pitch. Now, you can see this guy, Ryu. If you guys are watching, he pitches way differently than Gerrit Cole. He throws a lot of off-speed pitches. He's more of what you would consider a spinner in cricket. He can throw a fastball, but it's not good.
Yeah, so he's still got 90 per out, 91, 92 on his fastball. That's not too bad.
But it seems a lot faster when you got to slow down your bat to catch up with the curveballs and changeups he throws at 76 and at 81 and at 82. Then he sneaks by with 90, 91, 92. It can get on you really, really quickly. So he just throws off your timing. And Ryu used to be a Los Angeles Dodger. He is notorious for that. He's really good.
The Padres never could score up this guy. The thing that makes him so difficult to hit is, look, first of all, he's a lefty. All right, look at his motion. It's like straight arm almost from the side coming in. So what happens, especially when you're a right-handed hitter, right? That ball is always coming in at you because of the arm placement where his delivery where it's at. So it looks like it's always coming in at your hip. And so it's almost like it's coming sideways. And so you have to time that perfectly to try. It's very, very difficult, especially for a right-handed hitter, is what I'm trying to say. Not all lefties have that motion, but he has that. He's got that sweeping slider. It makes it very, very difficult to hit.
So let me explain something to you guys, because guys are asking me right now, is that catching out? Anything that's caught in the air, whether it's in fair territory or foul territory, is an out. Now, if it's in the ground, you've got to field it and throw it to the base ahead of the runner for it to be an out.
Oh, he called that foul. Woo.
Oh,
we got a super sticker here from Swastik. Thank you so much, Swastik. We appreciate that. Just stopped by to say hi. Thank you so much for saying hi. We'll be back in
So again, if you guys just watch the game, you'll realize why we were so, when we started talking about baseball and cricket, how so many things are similar. Now, obviously, there's huge differences. Cricket to me defensively is a nightmare because you can't defend everything because you've got the whole 360 degrees, where here you only have to defend within those foul lines. You know what I mean? But is baseball like, is base out like a run out? No, but we do have runouts in baseball. We do have runouts in baseball where guys run themselves out of play either during steals. That's just called a force out, where if the ball gets hit to me, I'm gonna grab it, throw it to the base in front of the batter that the batter's trying to get. You know what I mean? Or the batter's trying to get to. That's a force out. But if a guy is trying to steal or take another bag, I can run and tag him, and then he's gonna get out. All right, here we go. And that's a little floater into shallow left field. That is a little, that's what we call a flare. Not a lot of power behind that, but just good placement. Hitting the ball where there's not a fielder. And there's an art to that, guys, hitting the ball where there's not a fielder, So Gio Gonzalez, this is the Yankees' third baseman. Can you, Gabe, can you do a cover drive? Not anymore, man. My Nats game postponed. Any info on when they are playing? They should be playing, I think, the day after, because usually opening day, this is opening day, so everybody will be playing the next few days. Who's the Asian pitcher right now? That's Hyunjin Ryu. He used to be a Los Angeles Dodger. Really good baseball player. Always keeps his ERA every year, which is earned run average, kind of like but they compile it per 9 innings, and it's for the whole year, and he's always under 3, which is really, really good. And it's the equivalent to what a bowler's career economy rate would be, right? I mean, a cover drive in baseball. Oof. Hit into the gaps.
So, Gabe, about the Nationals game, someone was asking. It actually got canceled today, postponed because I guess COVID. They were talking about with Rob Manfred on Baseball Tonight this morning. So I'm not sure when their next game's going to be. Hopefully it's not going to be out too long. It sounds like it was more of a, I don't know the exact details, but it sounds like it was a safety precaution. They weren't too sure, so they had to cancel it today. But hopefully, it's not out for too long. This is what we're going to have to suffer through the entire season, just like we had last year.
I thought that the postponement was because because of weather, because you mentioned something about snow earlier, so I figured
there was
weather.
one. Another game was postponed because the Red Sox, I think, was postponed because of weather.
Right.
Again, I just caught the conversation at the very end, but I'm pretty sure it was a Nationals game, and he had said that, we made the decision for COVID protocols or something. Oh, that was a nasty swing. What was he thinking there? That was ugly. He got completely fooled by that. Who was that, Gabe?
That is Gio Urshela, third baseman. Yes. How can you watch in India? Download the MLB TV app, Major League Baseball TV app, and on there the games will be free for the first week or so.
Correct.
But man, what a start so far for Toronto. I told people, man, Toronto is much better than expected.
Oh, no doubt.
Gary Sanchez. This guy right here, Gary Sanchez, he drives me crazy because as a catcher, he can't catch. He's horrible. People run on him all day long. I'm glad that the fast guys on the Blue Jays haven't gotten off because they'll go. But he's got so much power, guys. And they call him the Kraken because he can rake, but he can't catch. They should just make him a DH. Oh, that's gone.
Woo!
Woo! Oh. First at bat of the season.
On opening day, he has been struggling the last few weeks of spring training. It doesn't matter. Wow, off Ryu, too.
Oh, man. Gary Sanchez, the Kraken. Hold that, cousin.
Oh, Gabe has a love-hate relationship with this guy. because his fielding is suspect. He loves
Horrible
to strike
fielder.
out, but he also can hit that home run.
I love him when he hits home runs. I hate him when he strikes out, and I loathe him when people just run on him. They run on him at will. It's
So the
disrespectful.
Yankees are one of those few teams at home. They don't have the last names on the back of the jersey. That is just classic Yankees. They don't have the last name. I think they do on the road jerseys, but not at home. And, someone like myself, I like to see the name on the back because I'm still learning these players. Every year there's always new players. But it's something that's their trademark.
That's a Kraken. Guys, and the reason the Yankees don't have, like, I'm wearing number 24. That's Don Mattingly. Are we behind? People are saying we're behind, Nick.
Oh, yeah. We've been behind the entire time. I was ahead of you. Now I'm behind you. It's so weird. Real quick, Gabe, someone asked how many runs is a home run. It depends how many runners are on base. The most a home run could be is 4, called a grand slam if everyone's on base waiting to come in at home. But the home run itself counts as 1 run. But if there's someone on base in front of you, you bring everyone home. So there was someone on first base. So that was a 2-run home run, we call it. He forces the people in front of him around home because he's coming home with the home run, which is why they call it a home run. He's coming home. Gabe, your audio, I lost you.
That's going to drop. No. Catch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're ahead of me. I hate you. Come on, Bo Bichette. There you go.
So somebody said love-hate relationship similar to Bairstow. Yes, because you've got to be able to field your position. It drives me crazy. You've already seen the first game of the season, and there's an error by the Yankees. Are you kidding me? Come on. That's just bad.
Let me try this again, Varun. He says, please explain that again in English. So in the baseball diamond, you have home plate, first base, second base, third base. Those are the 4 bases, okay? So that first guy, he got a hit. He hit safely. No one was able to get him out before he got to first base. So he's awarded first base because he hit safely, and he's there. All right? And he stays. If he wants to try to steal second, he can, but he can be thrown out. So he was on first base already. And he is waiting for the batter behind him, the next batter, to hit the ball safely so that he can get safely to as many bases as he wants before he gets thrown out. So since he was on first base and Gary Sanchez hit that home run, Gary Sanchez is pushing everyone in front of him home because he's coming home. He forces everyone ahead. So 2 runs end up scoring because of his home run. If there was no one on base, it would just be 1 run because he's scoring himself.
True. Patrick Mahomes used to play baseball.
College.
So did college baseball. So did actually some of the top quarterbacks today.
Russell Wilson.
What's the boy? Yeah, Russell Wilson. What's the boy from Arizona?
Murray. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. He had a contract to play with the Oakland A's, and he turned down, I think it was like $2 million to go play in the NFL and start. But here's the thing. When we're talking about baseball and football, the 2 sports are kind of interchangeable when it comes to certain position. So pitchers can usually end up being quarterbacks and vice versa. My son Trey plays both sports as well. So
exactly. So here's Gerrit Cole. He's coming into the 3rd inning. That last inning, he was in the dugout for a little longer than usual. I didn't realize how big this guy's arms are. Jeez Louise. But we'll see how the longer half inning affects him. If a pitcher is in there for too long, what happens is their arm is so hot because they're throwing it so hard that sometimes it cools down. So you'll see them wrap towels and put a jacket on that sleeve to keep that arm very, very warm. We'll see if that affects him at all. He threw a lot of pitches in the 2nd inning. I believe we're only in the 3rd inning, right?
Yep, top of the 3rd.
Yeah. So there's a first pitch. Elevates that a little too high. Oh, they got Marcus Cinnamon. I didn't know that.
So
he's got potential there.
Chatil says Sri Lanka dropped 4 catches off West Indies so far. It's 135 for 5. It should have been 135 for 5. It's 135 for 2. And guys, you can't do that.
Oh, just missed that. He was too early on that one. Doesn't get out of play. Yeah, I'll get out of play. Woo! Did that actually go in play? Could he have caught that?
It hit the fence.
Oh. But
it definitely hit the fence.
So I was going to do the New Zealand-Bangladesh T20 match last night, but it kept getting postponed, and I just called it a night and went to sleep. But I looked at the score this morning. They had the Duckworth-Lewis method, only 10 overs. In 10 overs, Gabe, in a T20 match, New Zealand bowled out Bangladesh.
Are you serious right now?
In 10 overs, they bowled them out in the 10th over.
Wow.
That is disgusting.
New Zealand is good.
And
I didn't realize how good they are, bro. They're really good. And now that I've watched them in all three formats, I know why they're up there. So it's going to be tough.
There are salary caps in baseball, Julian Collins. If they can go over it and pay luxury tax. But yes, there are salary caps. But it's, in my opinion, Gabe, it's a huge salary cap. So it's really make a difference. Oh, he just got under that one. Pop up right to the shortstop in the outfield a little bit.
Now, that position is shortstop. From left to right on the diamond, right? You have first base, second base. Then there's an imaginary position called shortstop between second and third base. And, of course, you come back around to home plate where your catcher fields. And then in the outfielder, you got your right fielder, center fielder, and left fielder.
Is that Shane Bieber that's already given up 3 runs on opening day?
Yeah, he's bowling. He's pitching. I said bowling. He's pitching today. So if it's
wow, 3 runs already for the Tigers. You know, how do you feel about the Tigers? I've heard a lot of chatter that no one expects them to get in the top 20 as far as power ranking, but they have the kind of team and the youngsters in the farm system where a lot of people are saying that they could be a dark horse to maybe make some noise. Not get to the playoffs, but make some noise. How do you feel about that?
I think that they are about a year, if not 2 away, and a pitcher or 2 away. They got a guy named Geis who's really good, and Matthew Boyd who's really good as a bowler. Gosh, as a pitcher.
Traitor,
and, dude. I keep doing it now, and that's it. The back of the end of the rotation is atrocious. Their 3 through 5 is atrocious, bro. Trey could go off and hit those guys right now. They're atrocious, bro. So they need better pitching.
They do wear belts. It's part of the uniform, but also for when they're on the base paths and they're running around, you slide head first, right? Those pants will just come right off, just like we see in cricket sometimes when they're trying to slide to get that ball. But absolutely, they wear belts. How low can you throw the ball? You can throw the ball as low as you want.
That's disgusting.
That was disgusting.
That's not even fair.
Was that his 2-seamer?
That's the curveball.
That's a curveball?
Bro, look how sharp that thing is.
I mean, it was sharp. Obviously, it was more than a 2-seamer at the second look. It doesn't does it usually only go that far low?
Bro, you know how they say 12-6? He throws it, and it's like literally, I would say 12-2, not even 12-1, because it's a small break on it.
But it had 89 miles per hour on that.
Everything he throws is hard, bro. His slider is like 87, 89, bro. This is disgusting.
The fact that it's 89, I don't care about the extra 4 inches on the drop. That was crazy.
That is
could a wicket keeper become a catcher? Not instantly. It takes a special person to be able to not just catch it that fast, but to have a bat swing right in front of you and not flinch and still be able to catch it.
I mean, I think that catching is the hardest position in baseball, not just because it's hard on your body as far as fielding. Oh, oh, now he's feeling it. He's making him look silly.
He lost his bat.
Yeah, he lost his bat. He's making him look silly now because that's a ball out of the zone. Now he's feeling confident again. That bad call, he swung.
Yeah, Gerrit Cole, he's looking nasty. The problem that's going to be here is that second inning with all those pitches thrown. He might be able to get to the 6th inning, but I don't really see it happening.
Yeah, it's limited fans right now, especially because the Yankees are at home. It's in New York. I think they're at 25% capacity or something like that. Places like Texas are 100% capacity. So it depends what state you're in. You know what I mean?
But hey, 25%, I'll take it. It looks weird to see the Yankees don't have fans, I guess. No, not at all.
Opening day, could you imagine?
they have fans, but it's cool to hear the noise. It's cool to see the fans.
Whew. Campbell would make a great catcher. That's funny. Oh man, Campbell. Oh,
Gabe, how much of those seats behind home plate do you reckon?
probably I'd say 15,000, between $10,000 and $15,000.
For one game?
Yeah, one game, bro. The seats that we had when we went to go to the Padres game behind the dugout in Yankee Stadium, those are $750 to $1,200, depending on the game. Easy. I mean, bro, nosebleed seats at Yankee Stadium are $100. It's ridiculous.
Could you imagine spending $10,000, $15,000 on a ticket for a game? Can you imagine that?
Bro, it's ridiculous. Oh, right on the corner. 97 on the corner. That's not fair. What can you do with
beautiful.
that pitch? What
I
can
don't
you
know
do
what
with that
Bubba
pitch?
Chef's complaining about. That was perfect. That was probably one of the most perfectly placed fastballs you'll ever see.
So here's the thing why I don't think a wicketkeeper could just go in and become a catcher. Because the catcher's number one job is to understand your pitching staff. Yeah. And after you know your pitching staff, what they throw, what the call, you also got to know all the hitters. You got to know what the hitters on the other team are going to do, so you know how to hit them. These guys, pitchers and catchers, report, is it 3 weeks early or a whole month early, Nick? Before 3 weeks early before every other baseball player for spring training, because they're just getting together, going over scouting reports. You have to do the most amount of work when you're a catcher. Plus, unlike a pitcher, you also got to hit. You got to play offensively, which is tough, and it puts a lot of wear on and tear on your body.
So someone's asking about the I think they're asking for the strategy for the pitchers. So I'll let Gabe go into this, but I just want to share a few thoughts real quick. So yes, pitchers and catchers, they have a strategy. They have a scouting report. They have a certain rhyme or reason for what they're doing when they're pitching. They're not just trying to throw it as fast as possible. What you're seeing here from Gerrit Cole is classic for someone with a fastball as fast as his, where with a right-handed hitter, he is pitching it low and away as much as he can within that zone, because the last pitch we saw, the 97-mile-per-hour fastball right in the corner there, people can hit that. Sure, they can hit that, but it's very, very difficult, and you're more than likely not going to be able to do what Gary Sanchez did with the ball in the inning earlier. It's been done. People can do it, but you've got to turn that bat speed all the way around to be able to get, if you want to try to pull it. It's very, very difficult. So where he placed it there, more than likely, he's not going to get burned even if someone hits it, but he threw 98 miles per hour on that sucker. He does that for a reason. He is setting up the batter in the previous. Sometimes he'll go outside, and you'll hit hard inside to give him something different, change the line of sight, or up and down in the zone, off speed, fast. Sometimes they'll do like 4 fastballs in a row and then throw you some off-speed pitch because the person is trying to catch up with that fastball. The changeup looks just like the fastball coming out of the hands, and then they just swing way too early. There's a whole lot of strategy to it, whether you're a power pitcher, whether you're a finesse pitcher, whether you're a location pitcher, no matter what it is, they definitely have their game plan.
That was actually really well said, Nick. I mean, I think
well, that's so surprised.
I really think, well, as somebody who's coached and has played the game, and I'm more involved, you pretty much, here's the thing about pitching, and you hit the nail on the head. Every pitcher has a different variety of what they're going to do, and it's a different plan of attack. If you've got hard stuff and you throw what they call, anything that's high cheese, 96, 97, 98, you're going to lead with that and then use your breaking ball or your slower pitches, curveball, sliders, changeups, to keep them honest from jumping on you. Oh,
this guy's batting stance. What is Frazier doing with that front foot toe tapping on the ground? What?
Look at that play. Now, look at that play. That's a tougher play, actually, than the one that Glaber booted, because that's a slow ball on the infield. And he has to come running up, field it, and make the play to first base. That's a tough play.
I'm way behind you, man.
Are you? My apologies.
No, you're okay.
But Nick explained it perfectly, and I think that in baseball, where it says, what is the strategy for pitchers when there are different skills needed? So if you don't throw overly hard.
Oh, he got fooled on that one. Foul ball. Wow.
So when you don't throw overly hard, you throw breaking pitches like a spinner would throw a lot of spinning balls, and then try to sneak by a fastball later on to keep them honest. So you kind of pitch backwards, but that's really it. That's really it, and it's just about being able to keep the hitter off balance. That's the best way I can explain it. And are there bad pitches? Yeah, you don't want to hang a curveball where somebody could easily hit it, or you don't want to pump a bad fastball down the middle of the plate because these guys are going to deposit it in the seats. Will Cole pitch more than 90 today? Gerrit Cole, at most, they'll let him go 100, 103, 104. No more than that. No more than that.
Wow, they're going to let him go 103 on opening day?
Yeah, this guy in the season goes 110, 112. He's one of the few.
Man, see, that was Ryu right there, the pitcher, not the Street Fighter. That was Ryu, the pitcher, that he placed that ball perfectly. He kept everything low, and he had LeMahieu chase that low breaking ball, low it inside, and so that told him, obviously going to go down there again because you're not going to be able to hurt me going that low. I'm surprised LeMahieu fell for that twice. Does he like to hit those low balls?
LeMahieu doesn't strike out, so he swings a lot. The guy has a very low walk rate because he swings the bat a lot, but he doesn't strike out.
He doesn't strike out a lot, but he doesn't walk a lot. I was going to say, if he doesn't strike out a lot, he's got to have a good eye. Oh, wow, that was a floater. Judge just missed it right in the middle of the plate, a little low, which is why he grounded it out there. But he missed that one.
Look at Ryu. A veteran pitcher knows the Yankees are an aggressive team, so he's throwing them trash to hit, and the Yankees will go out there hit. He's throwing them trash. Let's be honest. The last two guys got out. I'm swinging on balls they shouldn't have swung, but the Yankees are overly aggressive at the plate. They've always been that way.
Look at Anthony. The previous batsman was run out. We don't call it that. When you hit it, you have to go to first base. That's the first base you have to go to, and the fielder's trying to throw it there before you get there. At first base, I went for that pitch. At first base, when you're running there, all they have to do is have a foot on the bag or some kind of body part in the bag and then catch it in the glove, and then you're out. It's called a force out. Going to second base, third base, when there's not a force, then they have to tag you out, and home plate as well, obviously.
So, Mira, your question is on one of your friends in the U.S. pitches and throws 85 to 87 miles an hour. He's 16. Is that good or average? That is better than good. That's exceptional. Trey throws 82, 83, and he's one of the top pitchers on his team.
Oh,
that changeup, another low changeup.
Great throw by Bo Bichette. I always forget Bo Bichette's a shortstop.
Yeah, Bo Bichette is a shortstop, and Trey is highly recruited. As a matter of fact, Nick, while we were out in California, Ohio reached out to us that they're coming to town and they want to do him to come to a scouting event they have. So yes, Mira, if your friend throws 85 to 87, he's 16, he's a high schooler. He needs to get with a coach. He needs to get out into a showcase because that's special. You figure by 18, he's going to gain 5 more miles an hour easy in 2 years if he stays healthy. So that means he's going to be throwing between 90 and 92. And anything over 92, you're not even going to college. A pro team will sign you at that. If you can pump 93, 94, 95 in high school, they're going to sign you out of high school, brother. Because it's hard. It's hard to get arms that can do that. So the Yankees are playing their normal Yankee game. They get guys on, they hit home runs, and they swing the bat a lot. The Yankees are notorious for swinging the bat a lot. And is there man-catting in baseball? There's one play that's kind of like man-catting. They call it the hidden ball trick, right? So I've seen it actually happen in the game.
It's embarrassing when it happens.
So if they throw the ball over and you're at a base where you're occupied, where you're at, right? They'll tag you to see if you're safe or whatnot. You actually got to see. It's hard to explain. So the first baseman will act like they threw it back to the pitcher, and the pitcher will act like they have the base. They'll let the batter that's on the base get wide, right, to start taking his lead. Then they'll tag him out. It's so embarrassing when that happens. So embarrassing.
Absolutely. Watch Rookie of the Year, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, in the movie Rookie of the Year, that is man-catting. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh,
It's like it's very very rare though.
who is the Virat of baseball, Nick? Who is the Virat of baseball, and what
Mike
team is he
Trout.
playing for? Mike Trout. Ah, you know, I would almost say like a Mookie Betts, because here's the thing. The thing about Mike
Virat
Trout.
Kohli's been around for a long time though.
No, but not about that. I'm talking about the body types, right? Virat's a smaller guy. He's a smaller, you know what I'm saying? Slider guy, but he has powers. He's got everything. He's got power. He's got every shot. So I would say probably Mike Trout, but neither him or Mookie are boisterous like that. I'm trying to find a guy that's really good, but really, Matt. Oh, here it is, Virat Kohli, and this is crazy. Fernando Tatis. He's a guy he's great. He's talented. He's loud, passionate, boisterous.
It depends on what you're talking about, all right?
Bro,
it depends.
Mike Trout don't say a word ever.
No, but when I heard about Virat Kohli, I thought he was asking like who's the best in the game right now, who's been there for a while, has been the best in the game for several years. That's why I first said Mike Trout. If you're talking about someone who is got the veracity and has got the aggressiveness and the intensity, Fernando Tatis likes to have fun. He likes to play, but he's not aggressive. Not in a way like where he will, chew you out in a second. Machado's like that. I can say Machado's more like that as far as the Padres. But it just depends on what you mean by who is the next Virat Kohli. But anyways.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Got him. Oh, so that sign you just saw there, that's a called strike. That's a called strike. So right there, he's asking the umpire, when you see that happen, and you see he didn't get in trouble, he asked the umpire, was that? Because it was nasty. He's asking for a location because he needs to know next time he comes up to bat, hey, I got to swing on that. So he's like, hey, was that on my check swing or was that on, on the ball? Oh, that's actually a strike. Next time I know I got to come up and swing, and you're allowed to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, Cole painting the corners. Lar, he's having a masterful game. Such a great hitter, such discipline.
Yeah, and we saw Gabe mentioned it first in the third inning that he was settled in. He was feeling it. It's going to be really tough, even for Toronto, to get him off his game. He might be able to go full 6 innings, which would be great for opening day for him. Last year, they had a little statistic up there that he only went 5 innings, only gave up 1 run, 5 strikeouts. But he's really feeling it right now. I want to see what the young guy, Vladimir, can do. I'm sure Vladimir's feeling really good. He got a single on his first at-bat, so he's already got his first hit the season, gets that monkey off his back. I feel like Vladdy Jr. is, in a lot of ways, not just a streaky hitter, but also really, really big time on confidence. I know a lot of athletes are, but I really think that single in the first inning or the second inning gave him a whole lot of confidence moving forward.
He said, I think by Virat Kohli, who is unlucky like Virat to lose all tosses. Well, the unluckiest baseball player has got to be Mike Trout, because he's by far regarded as the best player in baseball. And the guy has only been to the playoffs 1 time because his team is absolute trash.
See, he didn't call it that time. He didn't call that, and that was a little bit more outside than the other pitch I was complaining about earlier, but don't wait until it's 3-2 and you're going to get the biggest pop from the crowd and then decide to call that strike. Yeah, bad luck. I don't know. That's a good question because we don't have coin tosses in baseball.
But as a guy who struggles with luck, come on, it's got to be Mike Trout. How does this guy not won? I mean, this guy's multiple-time MVP.
Oh, his team sucks.
I mean, it's so bad.
The pitchers they saw. See, that's the problem with the Angels, though. For the longest time, whenever there was a big-name free agent, they were just paying the most money and locking them up. And I'm not just talking about Albert Pujols. There's a lot of examples in the past. And you can't win it with just 1 or 2 guys. You got to have a whole bunch of them.
Gabe, did you already rant about Josh Hazelwood, what Josh Hazelwood did to CSK? Listen, I am he's not the only one. I get it, because there's a lot of guys. Is this normal, by the way, for this many guys to be opting out, or is this due strictly to COVID? Oh wow, what an at bat by Guerrero.
So this is the thing. This is a great question, Harris. This is the thing. In baseball, you have your pitcher stay out there for as long as the manager wants him to stay out there. A starting pitcher, that's what Gerrit Cole is, and that's what Ryu is. They, nowadays, you want them to go at least 5 innings. 5, 6, 7 innings would be very, very preferable. And so, yes, that same guy goes out there. They throw their 90 to 100 pitches. And then unless they're struggling or they're just getting tired, then they'll pull them out. And then it goes into the relief pitchers. Each squad has, what do you think, Gabe, like 6, 7 relief pitchers on their squad, 5, 6, or 7 relief pitchers. Then they'll bring in the relief pitchers based on situation, based on righty, lefty, all that kind of stuff. There's some relief pitchers that are meant just for the end of the game because they have the ice water in their veins. There's relief pitchers that are kind of go a little bit longer in the middle if their starting pitcher gets roughed up. So, yes, it's one pitcher at a time. Once they decide to take Gerrit Cole out, he cannot go back in the rest of the game, and he'll need at least 3 or 4 days to rest that arm before he can go again because they put serious work on those pitching arms.
So, yes, I'm not happy about what Josh Hazelwood did. I mean, again, I know that a couple people have mentioned it. He's not the only one. Other guys are opting out. They're saying it's because of COVID and the bubbles, because it's just ridiculous, but it is what it is. Now, somebody else right here says, is there league Yankees Red Sox? Is that the ashes of baseball? In the playoffs, yes, not regular season. I mean, it's the most storied rivalry in baseball.
When they're both really good, it's tough to have a replacement rivalry as big.
Especially in the playoffs. Can you legally tamper with the ball in baseball? No. Does tampering with the ball in baseball happen? Yes.
You can legally tamper with the ball. You can put your own little sweat on there. You can put different things that are naturally happening like sweat. You can do that. You can mess with the ball with that. You can't add extra substances, though.
But funny enough, Nick, for all our friends here who are Australia fans, sandpaper is not just a thing in cricket. It's a thing in baseball, too. And there used to be pitchers, especially, it's been a while since they got caught, who used to keep sandpaper in their gloves. So they would put the ball in there and rough it up because it makes it do funny things in the air. So everything from spit to sandpaper to pine tar. Now they've got and you guys gonna ask pine tar. Well, they use pine tar on their bats. That's a pop-up. They use pine tar to make the bats
guys popped up
sticky so that they don't slip when they swing their bats or whatever. Well, the pitchers like to use it on their fingers to get a better grip of the ball. Now, there's a new scandal going on that there's a substance which I've known about for at least a decade, if not longer, where guys use, it's not pine tar, but it's another substance to make your fingers sticky so that you can hold on to the ball and hold on to those seams, especially when it's cold. Batters actually want pitchers to use it because it gets them better grip and more control. You don't want to get hit with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. That hurts, cousin. You know what I mean? You want a guy having control if they're throwing that hard. So, it's a known thing, but we'll see. Varun answers my question. I saw a couple people did, but I just gravitated to that. And Varun said, where is it? I just missed it. He said, no, it's not normal. Here he goes. No, it's not normal to opt out in the IPL. Last 2 years, it's happening a lot. And because we saw a lot of guys opt out last year. Remember, Nick? And I know there was COVID, but the CSK, that's 2 years in a row we lose somebody huge, right? Last year it was Raina and Harbron Singh. Now we lose Josh Hazelwood. I mean, bro, you can't make it up. Now it even hurts worse that CSK didn't go after M-Line or is it Malign? I can't remember his name. Adam Malign or any of the other Milne, there we go. Or any of the other fireballers that are out there. So it's brutal. Now you know who, Nick. You know who our next pacer is going to be then? Ngidi. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this season. Someone said, how long would it take for them to understand baseball to where they can talk about it? I would say Well, first of all, it depends how much time you can dedicate to it. But if you watch the entire season, almost a game a day for an entire season, by the end of the season, you're going to be pretty well versed. Another great thing to do is if you can't watch entire games, watch something like Sports Center, whatever you have equivalent to that where you're at, where they recap, or Baseball Tonight or something like that, MLB TV, something like that. You're going to learn quite a bit doing that. Someone else asked, is there only one format of baseball? Yes, only one format.
So right now we're in the top of the fourth, and top and bottom of innings, guys, right? They go 9 innings, top of the fourth, and top of the fourth. Home teams, because somebody asked, how do you decide who goes first? Home teams always bat second because they want to be the last person to bat in the game. That's your advantage for being at home.
On my friend's Instagram, it says he throws a sharp 12-6 breaking ball. Yeah, and I think it was who was it that answered in the chat form? Thanks so much for answering it. But they call it 12-6 because think about a clock. You have 12 right here and 6 at the top. The ball's coming in at 12, and then it just drops. By the time it gets to the batter or it gets behind him a little bit, it just drops down that much, just like it fell off a table. I mean, and that last curveball that Cole threw to strike out Gurriel in the last inning, that had a little more bites. That was like 12-4, 12-5. That was disgusting. So, I mean, look at Ryu. He's 3-0 on the first. You don't ever want to walk the first batter, especially with Stanton and the other guys coming up. There you go. Right down the middle. You got to know what's happening. And something like that, Gabe, how do you feel about the
batter just taking automatic green light? That is baseball. Not because it's an unwritten rule, but unless you're a guy that gets 3-0 hit privilege, you do not swing because that's the kind of thing that'll get you benched, or you're doing pulls or crazy stuff like that. Now, certain guys can swing 3-0. You get permission by your coach, but that's a strictly head coach or manager's job. And some guys can swing 3-0, some guys can't. I personally always thought, that on 3-0 you're gonna get a fastball, and it's normally down the middle of the plate. Rake!
Unless the pitcher's insane, absolutely.
But it's so bad. It's so bad.
How do you feel as the pitcher, right? How do you feel about the pitcher on 3-0 throwing a changeup and trying to fool the guy who's expecting a fastball? You think that's crazy?
That's crazy. That's not gonna happen because look, it was 3-0 and it just took into a strikeout, right? 3-0 fastball. Then the next one was I think he threw him a changeup or something like that for a strike, and now he come back and you can strike him out. As a pitcher, they're not, bro. 90% of the time, they're not swinging 3-0. It's an unwritten rule, right? You got to take it. Very few guys have 3-0 hit privileges, so you take your chances. You take your chances.
Yeah, but again, now let's put on our hindsight cap. If he would have swung at a 3-0 pitch, he probably could have done some damage with it. Oh, and that high call.
And you see that all the time. Now you got Stanton in here, and like I said, Stanton is known for hitting home runs. First game of the season. Let's see if he could park one in the seats as well. Stanton destroys lefties.
Someone was asking who's the RCB of MLB. I would answer with there's not really one right now, and this is why I say that. RCB has been to 3 finals, and they've lost all 3. Okay? You got to get there, in my opinion, and then lose to be RCB. The Dodgers were RCB until last year when they won the entire thing. Yes. We can sit there and joke around and say, oh, the Yankees are, but no, they won in 2009. They won it 1,000,000 times. So I would say there's not really a team. Maybe the closest might have been the Nationals, but they never got to the World Series until they won it 2 years ago. So there's really not a team that does. If you're talking about all of history, not just the last 20 years, someone mentioned the Mariners. I don't think they've ever been to a World Series. So RCB at least got to that final 3 different times. So I don't know, Gabe, who would be the MLB equivalent of RCB getting to the World Series a few times? Maybe the Rays? I mean, maybe the Rays. They've been there twice, and they lost it twice in the World Series.
It would have been nicely fielded. It would have been the Dodgers until last year, but the Dodgers finally won. So back into the chat. Some of these questions, I love it, and keep the interaction going, guys. Again, I don't think we said it one time, but make sure you hit that like button. Stark says, "Who are the sandpaper Aussies of MLB?" The Houston Astros, which means guys that will push the envelope and try
Gerrit
to win.
Cole.
Who was a Houston Astro, right? Houston Astros as an organization push the envelope on everything. They really want to get every little advantage you can. There's rumors that not only were they using video cameras to steal signs to know if a fastball or a changeup or a curveball was coming, but they were also using buzzers on their bodies so that they can get real-time feeds saying, oh, this is going to be a fastball. Zzz, let me gear up for it. Oh, no buzz. That means it's going to be some kind of breaking pitch, so I can slow my bat down.
Thanks for liking the Padres gear, Kale. Someone had mentioned the Padres being like RCB. Yeah, they've been there twice, the World Series in their history, and they've lost both times. Only won one game in the entire history of going to the World Series. But yeah, I mean, Gerrit Cole, watch out for that sticky stuff. But it's crazy what the Astros did. Absolutely. Let me see. No, I'm not a New Yorker. Question. Oh, what does padre mean? It's a Spanish word for father, and right. more specifically, like a religious father. The Padres.
Ooh, got him. That was dirty.
That was nice.
Dirty. Now the rule in baseball is you never throw back-to-back breaking balls because the pitcher.
Exactly, AJ.
I mean, the hitter is already used to the speed. He threw 3 of them there. He threw 3 curveballs back to back to back. That was dirty. Oh, I love it. Steve Smith would make a great baseball player. I'm joking. You shouldn't be. He would. Let me tell you, Gerrit Cole also would make a good baseball player. You know who else would make a good baseball player? In my opinion, Sky. Guys that have really good bat control and have, as we say, all the shots, those guys would make really good baseball players because they have really good bat control and they can put the ball wherever they want to, if that makes sense, right? If you're just going to go out and slug, if you're a big-time slugger, like maybe a Johnny Bairstow, I'm not sure if he'd make a good baseball player. You've got to be able to have all the shots, and that's difficult to do. You know, who's another guy who I've seen? I'm like, man, Babar Azam. Watch his bat control. He has a really good way of being able to wait very late and put that bat on the ball, like our first hitter, DJ LeMahieu, does. If you notice, exclusively, most of his hits as a right-handed batsman, he normally waits and punches it the other way towards the left side of the field because that he means he can let the ball get deep in on him. So he's not going to strike out a lot. So to me, those guys that can just put the bat on the ball all the time, those are the cricket players that would make the easiest jump to baseball. Who am I forgetting, guys? Guys that can seem like they can always put the bat on the ball. Pant somehow, I mean, the guy doing reverse scoop shots, he can always find the ball with the bat. And that's a skill that not everybody has. That's a skill that not everybody has. I used to love throwing and catching using the mitts. Oh, it's so much easier. It's so much easier. A cricket will wonder why they keep bowling me full tosses. Because bouncers aren't strikes in baseball. Nick, so they asked a question. Tim says Steve Smith would be a great baseball player. He said, no, I'm joking. I said, no, he would be. Guys like Steve Smith, like Pant, like Gerrit Cole, that got all the shots, Sky, that can put the bat on the ball all the time, I think would be the easiest ones to make the transition. Anybody you could think of that you've watching, like, man, this guy always gets the bat on the ball.
Did you mention Gerrit Cole? Obviously. I did. You know, he's been struggling a little bit, but obviously Steve Smith, someone like Babar Azam, I think, would translate pretty well. That was hit decently, but not far enough. That's going to be an out. Someone asked a question. I have to think about that more, Gabe. Someone asked a question, why excuse me, are there 3 different games going on right now? Is that a normal thing, or is it just COVID? It's normal, all right? There are 30 teams in Major League Baseball, right? 30 teams. And so they're going to have anywhere from I mean, sometimes you have a really light day, like only a few games, but
Right.
usually about 10 or 12 games a day at least will be going on.
Every day.
And a lot of them will be going on either at New York time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Western Standard Time, and throughout the
Whoa.
other time zones.
What was that? Did you see that, Nick?
Yeah, that was insane.
So
That
that's
was
a
insane.
curveball. He wasn't trying to hit him there, guys. If you're going to hit somebody, you hit him with a fastball, not a curveball. But it slipped out of their hands.
But every time he throws a little high, he doesn't have too much accuracy or location. It's amazing. It hasn't. Luckily for him, it's going too high. Luckily, it has not bit him in the butt to where he just kind of had a floater right there. But he is struggling with this location where it's wow, he got that low call. But yeah, there's games all the same thing with the NFL and football here in the States. Games all the time at the same time on certain football's crazy because it's like that one day of the week. But baseball, it's games every day of the week. There's games on there, and a lot of times at the same time. So for fans of baseball, you usually follow your team and whoever they're playing. There's not a lot, I would say, unless they're covering the sport, a lot of baseball junkies that will just watch, 12 hours of games every single day.
Nick, here's a great example. Pujara would make a great baseball hitter. Yes, he would. There was a Padre on Nick's team who the same thing like Pujara didn't really hit for a lot of home runs, not a lot of power, but for the love of Pete, it was impossible to strike this guy out. He had many years, which is unheard of, where he had more walks than he had strikeouts. That just doesn't happen.
More walks than strikeouts.
That just doesn't happen, all right? It was so...
That jumps off the bat for a single.
Ooh.
No, absolutely. Tony Gwynn was the master at that. I was surprised. Oh, who was I looking up, Gabe? There was someone I was looking up recently that had a decent career, not Hall of Fame, that I was surprised to find out had just a few more strikeouts than walks. It's going to drive me crazy. But look at that. Bottom of the first. 2 runs for the Pirates against Liam Hendricks. Wow.
Oh, man. I think he's going to struggle this year. So
just like that?
Oh, bro, in every fantasy draft, I stayed away from him. Guys, Alex Hale and Butler play baseball. I heard about that. They did. Who was also the baseball player who was with in that video that we watched, Nick? I can't remember, but it was not your boy. He's actually the Mets shortstop. He just got $340 million yesterday, by the way.
Oh, Lindor, yeah.
Francisco Lindor. Who was with him? It was a professional cricket player. I can't remember his name that was in that video.
Yes. Oh, guys, tell us in the chat. We reacted to it. It's a guy who was on the international squad, I think, for England for a few years, but he played a lot of domestic. I can't remember his name, but he was a gentleman in the entire video.
Yeah, he was super cool. But yeah, again, the skills translate, guys. You know what's crazy? With cricket, one of the things that seems so familiar is hitting in the nets. Every single baseball player knows about hitting in the nets. You're there for hours, right? Working on your craft. Same thing in cricket. You're in the nets hitting for hours, working on that craft. You got the bowlers, right? In the nets, practicing their bowling. It's so, very, very close. You could really take one player from one game, teach them the other game, and they would be successful. Of course, it would take a while to teach them the game, but the skills are very, very, the attributes are very similar. It was Gupto, Nick. Martin Gupto.
I don't think it was Gupto.
Wasn't it Gupto?
Because Gupto is still playing right now.
Tom Curran, maybe?
No, it was a guy that doesn't play anymore, I'm pretty sure. Would you take Ted Williams or Tony Gwynn? I love Tony Gwynn. But Ted Williams is probably the best hitter in the entire game.
Of all time.
Yeah.
The guy had multiple seasons where he hit 400. That just doesn't happen.
This guy went and served his country in World War II for 4 or 5 seasons, came back, and still was amazing. This guy hit 500 home runs, 3,000 hits. I love Tony Gwynn, but I think even Tony Gwynn would say, and he idolized Ted Williams. They became good friends, actually. I think Tony Gwynn would say Ted Williams. Man, wasn't able to do too much with that. Gerrit Cole has been nasty, only 86 pitches, so he'll go at least 6 innings.
He's being economical. What was the video you're talking about? It was a baseball player with Lindor that they were
in the Nets. I'm going to try to figure out the video title right now.
It's Guptill, or Guptill. How
Here we
about
go.
Bears
The
Phillies?
video is called Baseball Meets Cricket. Let me go to it. Baseball Meets Cricket.
RJ, yes, you can watch the video on the MLB TV app. MLB TV app, it'll be free. Just download the app. The game is free today. Billy Root, Ted Williams. So let me go ahead and update the score.
Here we go. Rob Key was his name.
Rob Key. You're welcome, RJ. Oh, somebody else got it. AJ said it. Rob Key.
Oh, thanks, AJ. Yeah, I didn't think it was Gupta.
Where is... I'm sure Gupta was in another baseball video.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
There's a bunch of these. So we have Blue Jays and Yankees, bottom of the fourth. Game's moving along, but game is moving along. It's still a close game, guys. We're talking 2-1 here.
No, we're in the fifth inning now, aren't we? Sixth inning?
Is it fifth inning?
Dude, you're going to hate me, but I'm watching myself some Godzilla tomorrow night. IMAX or the Dolby Theater, brother.
Thanks for the invite.
Well, I know you got to work.
Yeah, I got to work.
It's crazy. So I was texting Chris about it because it's COVID. Like no one goes to the theaters here, at least in Las Vegas, in the States. But we were trying to get tickets for that night. Dude, every place in the theater you wanted to see it in was just sold out already. We had to get our tickets for it tomorrow night yesterday. There was only 3 seats left. My mom wants to go, so we're going to check that out tomorrow. I can't wait for the spectacle.
Thanks, you were right. Bottom of the fifth. So we are exactly halfway through this game. 2-1 game. Still anybody's game here.
Look at Ryu's pitch count, man. 66.
And here's the dangerous thing. If I am Toronto, I'm saying let's keep it within 2 runs. Why? Because the Yankees don't have a closer right now. Their closer suspended for 2 games, and their second setup guy is injured. So it's going to be Chad Green or Chris Green today. He's still good, but he's not a closer. So the back end of that bullpen is suspect today.
Why do you swing at that?
If not the Yankees, I want the Padres or the White Sox to win it all this year. Again, I was never the biggest Padre fans, but my friendship with Nick, I want him, want his squad to win. Wow. Nice play. I thought that was trouble. Yes, Harris, we're going to stream the whole game. We're absolutely going to stream the whole game. Now, that's a right-handed hitter, and he lofted the ball, to left field. It was a weak pop-up, but because everybody else is positioned the other way because they expect him to pull the ball, they have to run and get there. So that was a really good play just to be able to get there.
Someone asked about the regular ticket price for the cinemas here. You can get an evening ticket. It's like $9 or $10. I bought tickets for $15 because I wanted to go in the Dolby Theater where you got serious speakers. I really wanted to enjoy. We got recliner seats in this theater, so I spent a few extra bucks for that one. But yeah, you can go to a matinee, which is before evening time, for like $7 or $8, but it's still pretty expensive. But let's talk about the White Sox for a second, Gabe. I know you know this, but I'm not sure if you ever thought about this before. Who are the 2 biggest offensive players for the Padres right now?
Biggest offensive players are, of course, Tatis, who was once a White Sox. White Sox got traded for her. Who was it? Oh, James Shields and Manny Machado.
Manny Machado was this close to signing. They had a deal in place with the White Sox. 8 years, $250 million.
His brother-in-law plays
there. At the last minute, he got offered a deal for the Padres. Padres were really late to the game. Think about that. the White Sox, with all the guys they have, they could also have Machado and Tatis. Could you imagine that?
I would have changed the fortunes of that team. Machado on that team, they probably would have won a championship already. If not, they would have been the favorites this year. Now, they have a really good player that just tore a pectoral muscle, which killed them. Yep. What's the kid's name? A center fielder. I can't remember his name.
Jimenez.
Eloy Jimenez. So that's tough. You guys best friends? Absolutely.
I am eating just some sourdough toast. I'm eating a bowl because the crumbs are crazy. Oh.
Ooh. So
just got under that one. It was just
crushes that ball.
Almost lost in the sun.
But you saw how the fielder, and this is what we talk about, because sometimes you lose it in the sun or you lose it in the lights. And the fielder ran to the spot. He's shielding his eyes either with his offhand or his glove, even though they got glasses on, to try to, find the ball and get it. And one of the things is Manny is local. Manny Machado is local. I love him, though. He's one of my favorite players. Oh, Jay Bruce. Now, this isn't our regular first baseman. Our regular first baseman just had elbow surgery and is going to be out half the season.
How do you think Jay Bruce is going to do?
He'll do okay. He'll hit 250, probably, in that time, give us 13, 14 home runs. He'll be serviceable.
He was 198 last year.
Yeah. I mean, the COVID year, everybody gets an exemption for, you know what I mean? But he'll hit probably 250.
RJ, that's a great question, my friend. I completely agree.
What's up, Biggs?
Not RJ, Arif. Sorry, Arif. Yeah, what's up, Biggs? Natural habitat. Absolutely. Ryu, 77 pitches in 5 innings actually really isn't that economical. But compared to what Cole was doing, it's less pitches. But, man, he's how many batters have we seen in the last 2 innings where he started off 3-0 at? Jeez Louise.
Bro, he pitched because he makes them hit his ball. This is not a mistake. This is by design. I'm not going to give you a strike because the Yankees are very aggressive until I have to throw a strike. And he throws the strikes he wants to throw. Ryu is very efficient at that, bro. Very efficient.
Jay Bruce was a great hitter for a long time, though.
And you see that Bruce gets a walk. So now you guys see a walk in baseball. There was actually a walk earlier when there's 4 balls that are not, I forgot who got the walk earlier. Oh, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. When there's 4 balls that are outside of the strike zone that you do not swing on, then you go to you get the walk. You go to first base. I love this kid right here, Clint Frazier. I want him to succeed so bad because he's been with the Yankees about 3 years and he's never had an opportunity to play because they've got so many guys ahead of him. It's not even funny. So the job is his this year.
Crazy, Gabe, where he plays with his front foot a little bit. It looks so weird and uncomfortable.
He does a toe tap, actually.
No, but look how he inverts his foot a little bit. It is so weird.
And one of the things he does, did you realize it's a timing thing? Because his bat is so quick, they needed to slow him down. So that's why they gave him a toe tap. Do you remember the Yankee that had a really a really quick bat that they had him slow him down? So they had him tapping the bat on his shoulder to slow him down.
Talk about Gary Sheffield, but Sheffield always had that thing.
Gary Sheffield. Yeah, well, not just the Yankees did it. I think it was with the Tigers too. That's why they did it.
He's out.
Oh my God.
He's out. No. His foot
was on the play.
Moved off.
Was he off the bag?
He was eventually, but before that, I think his foot was on the bag before it moved.
DRS. Yes, DRS. So this is a fair ball right down the bag. Look at this
play by Biggio.
Who's not a third baseman, bounce and out.
Oh, he's still on the bag.
He's out.
He's still on the bag. Yep.
He's out. Wait. Yep. Out. Oh no,
It might have come off.
His foot came off the bag.
Actually.
The umpire's right. The foot was off the bag. Guys, let me explain
I don't
to
think
you.
there's not a good enough angle though to overturn it.
Here's why he's not out. I mean, here
we go.
Here it goes. Oh yeah, his foot is off the. Wow, what an umpire call by inches. It's off.
Wow. Yep.
By inches. DRS.
Yep.
I thought it was out.
I was wrong. He was.
I
safe.
thought it was out too, guys. So, but you guys said it earlier. This is one of the better umpire crew. There's no Angel Hernandez here. No West here.
Mid-season form.
Mid-season form. That was a great call, but it was just an amazing play for Craig Biggio to make that, because he's not a third baseman, guys. He's a shortstop. And when the team had an opportunity to bring in a better shortstop with more experience, which Knicks was like, wow, I didn't realize he was there. The team brought him in, and Marcus Semien, and they actually moved him over to second base. Kevin Biggio said, in order to stay up in the major leagues, I will stay up and I will make the transition to third base. That's a big boy play he made right there. Even to make it that close, that's a big boy play.
I don't know what they mean by the soft signal. I'm not sure what they're asking about that. I don't like that play by Vladimir Guerrero. And this is the reason why. He stretched so far, and you see first basemen, they have to be super flexible. Sometimes they do the splits. He stretched so far, but he didn't need to. He still had a few extra seconds. If he didn't want to play it off the bounce. He didn't want to have to scoop it up out of the ground, which shows me he doesn't have a lot of confidence in his ability to pick it out. So he stretched too far, and then he had his foot come off. He wasn't flexible enough for that. So that wasn't a good stretch by him.
Vladimir Guerrero is not a first baseman, bro. He actually came up as a third baseman, so he has trouble picking the ball. And to your point earlier, his fitness has hurt him at third base, which is why they moved him. He doesn't have the lateral movement. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have that. He cannot pick the ball like that.
I don't even think he wouldn't have needed to pick the ball on that one, because he could have just had his glove out like this above the ground. It would have, I don't know.
Jadeja would make a great shortstop. I agree. Jadeja has a lot of range.
Oh, come on. Come on. No, he's safe. Oh, he was out.
Oh!
I thought he was safe. Oh, I'm a horrible umpire today.
Wow. And I'm not even arguing.
Review that.
No, he got him.
Wow,
I thought he was safe, but he got him. Wow. Oh, my gosh. So Jadeja would make a great shortstop in baseball. You know who else has really good hands and would be really good? Joe Root. Joe Root. Joe Root has such great hands. He would really make a good infielder, whether it was shortstop, third base, second base, because you need good hands. How many reviews do you get a game? 2. Just 2.
Unless you win.
Yeah, if you win your review, then you get another one. You're correct.
Do they still have the rule, Gabe, where you get 1 in the first 5 innings and 1 the last 5, or is it now just 2 altogether?
Just 2.
Yeah, that was a stupid rule.
Yeah, exactly. Let me use them when I need to use them. Guys, what's the hardest position to play in baseball? Catcher? Yes. The hardest position to play in baseball is catcher, Arab. Is catcher. With the exception of pitching is hard simply because it's a hard thing to do, but once you can pitch, you can pitch. These guys can throw.
Shortstop's very difficult as well.
Shortstop is the next demanding position, and then center field. But catcher, it just beats you up, kind of like in cricket, right? Wicket keepers get beat up behind the stumps, and it hurts their knees. Most of these guys' knees are gone in 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yes. Here's a good question right here. Marcelino. It's when the video evidence is inconclusive. They go with what the umpire field. I thought he was asking a question. He must have answered someone else. Yes. In baseball and in NFL football too, just like DRS, they don't call it umpire's call, but they say it has to be irrefutable evidence if you're going to change the call. It can't be like, oh, maybe he was safer out. Whatever the call was holds the most weight, and then they review it to see if there's enough evidence to show that they were actually wrong. So if they would have called him, out and they would have reviewed it, I wonder, was there enough evidence there to make it 100% that he was safe? I think there was, but I wouldn't be surprised if the umpires would have gone with the original decision. So yes, just like umpires call, it holds a lot of weight, which sounds kind of hypocritical for us to complain so much about it when we are used to it. We just still hate it. We want it to be right every time.
So basically a soft signal then. Yeah. Yeah, just like a soft a signal in cricket where the umpire makes the call and then he's giving a soft signal if it's out or not. Nick, very interesting question here. Do you think, because I heard about this in the IPL and I haven't had a chance, guys. I just got back from vacation today and I met with Nick only once during vacation. Promised the wife I'd take some time off. Do you think the IPL is setting a trend with getting rid of soft signal? Oh, I love it, bro. No soft signal. Eventually, umpires call. We already know that's going to be gone soon.
Are you suggesting, because I've never heard of the phrase soft signal. Wow, he went. Jeez. Are you suggesting that they'll just have the umpires not make any calls and it just goes to video evidence every single time?
So what they're doing? No. Well, you know what? I think that what it is
because that would take forever, in my opinion.
With those soft signals, are you guys streaming an opening match of the IPL? You know it.
Well, as long as we don't have school.
You know it. I won't have school that day. I go.
Oh, goodbye. What? That ball hasn't landed yet. Oh, now it's landed. Woo! Tie game, baby. This is the guy, Gutierrez or Hernandez. I didn't know anything about.
Teoscar Hernandez. If he can stay healthy, bro, he's a savage.
Wow. Yeah, that's a home run. Now, unfortunately, you don't get any extra runs for it going so far. But wow, he just cookie.
So that's you guys asked about a bad pitch.
Entire game.
You guys asked about a bad pitch. There it is. That's a bad hanger, a bad slider. It was a curveball actually that just stayed up and he got destroyed. Jeez.
Wow.
That's why
Nick, you aren't interject like Gabe. Why? This is as interject as I get for the most part. If you want me to be just like Gabe, then that's pretty easy answer right there. Everyone's different, my friend.
Yeah,
you've been in our streams long enough to know how I am. Wow.
Oh. I got a prediction. Opening day, Yankees are about to lose.
Oh my! Here he comes,
bro.
Here he comes,
bro.
It's a 2-2 game.
It should be 2-1 if the Yankees hadn't made an error and we got no closer.
Woulda, my friend. Woulda.
Now you know why that play was so big by Marcus Semien. That inning could have kept on going. The floodgates could have happened. Oh, brutal.
Yeah, that was definitely a weird question. Everyone's different, Krishna. If I changed my personality to try to be just like Gabe, then I don't want to beat myself up. Not because Gabe's personality is bad, but because you got to be your own person. Wow, every time they move the bat, they're going to call him strike, or they could call him that he went. Jeez Louise.
Biggs wants to know how many games have I been ejected as a coach? Just curious. Biggs, I've been ejected as a coach that I can remember probably 7 times. Yeah, probably like 7 times, something like 6 or 7 times. I mean, I've gotten into tons of arguments with umpires, but I've been ejected, I had to watch games from the parking lot, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is a good question. I wasn't understanding the first 3 times, but I get what you're saying. So in baseball, they play each other in a series. It could be as short as 2 games, but that's very, very rare. It's usually 3 or a 4-game series. And one of the reasons why is because it limits unnecessary travel. They're flying from all parts of the country based on the schedule. And if they went all the way to New York, the Blue Jays, and then all the way to San Diego and then back to New York, that's just unnecessary travel. It has nothing to do with COVID. This is how it's always been, but it makes even more sense in COVID right now. So that's a walk right there. Gerrit Cole, 97 pitches. I would recommend taking him out around this time. Yep, and there goes Aaron Boone on cue. So That's why they've always played 3 or 4 game series. It just makes more sense.
Unbelievable. The wheels are falling off. Oh my gosh, Gerrit Cole is out. You called it. That second inning with the area, got it with that error, got his pitch count up. They didn't let him go over 100 pitches. Oh my God, the Yankees.
I'm actually surprised, to tell you the truth, and this is where it comes to the confidence and the whole baby nonsense. I'm surprised after he gave up that lead-up home run in the 6th that they didn't just take him out then. He was already at 90 pitches. What's the point of having him go out there? You got the heart of the lineup coming in. You got Vladdy at least coming in. But they let him go out there. They walked the guy. Bring on the wild thing.
Oh my gosh, so bad. Somebody asked another question. How many games? Guys, they do 162 games a year.
162, baby.
Not to mention playoffs. You could end up literally playing, if you go through the whole playoffs, like 180 games. It's crazy. It's
Absolutely.
Crazy. Baseball is the highest paid sport, but these guys play a lot. A lot. I've been to one baseball game. It was the Dodgers versus Angels in Anaheim. Oh, man.
You know the thing about Anaheim, I always say it, Gabe. I always say it. Heavenly nachos. They have heavenly nachos. They're like $12. It's worth every penny. They throw everything in the kitchen sink on those things. They're so good.
How many months does MLB go on? It goes all the way through October. Playoffs go through October, and like in November, you'll have the World Series, like the very beginning of November. But the regular season ends in it's September, right, Nick? It ends in September, and then the playoffs start.
Usually the first week of September, second week of September, it ends.
Have any baseball players pulled out because of bio bubble fatigue? Last year, yes.
I heard a story yesterday, Gabe. I didn't confirm it to see if it's true, but it was on John Boy. They were talking about how, I think it was Todd Frazier. He's on the Pirates. He played all of spring training, and then he decided to opt out, apparently. Probably because he wanted to show what he can still play, and then opt out because the Pirates are so bad and hope to maybe have someone else sign him. I'm not sure if you can do that. Can you opt out and then see if someone's going to trade for you or something? I mean, what the heck?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe, who knows? Meanwhile, Craig Barkley is batting in Test cricket with his shades on. I keep getting updates too. Come on, double play.
So here's Chad Green.
Puñeta, let's go.
The first pitch. Are you kidding me?
First play, double play, baby. Let's go. Get us out this jam.
One pitch. Gurriel has not been good.
So
I was just going to say, like, okay, this is the part of the game in baseball where they bring in the relief pitchers. They see who can go out there and finish the rest of the game. Chad Green throws one pitch. He's out of the inning.
So what you saw there, guys, that went to, was it third base or short, Nick? It went to third base, then the second, then the first, right?
Yeah, third. It was
a 5. Second base would be 5-4-3 double play.
5-4-3.
5-4-3 double play, and they call it that way so you just know on the radio or whatever who made the fielding play. So first it went to the third baseman. He's 5. His fielding position is 5. Then 3 to the second baseman who tagged the second base, and then 3 is first base. So that's a 5-4-3 double play.
Yeah, good luck trying to understand that if you're brand new to baseball.
Who's on first for the Yankees? That's actually an outfielder called Jay Bruce, but our outfielder does triple plays ever happen? Yes, they do. Our actual outfielder, first baseman got hurt literally 8 days ago or 10 days ago, right before spring training. So bad.
Gabe, what does Buñeta mean?
It is a colorful exploration or celebration of Caribbean. It's like saying yes, kind of. Yay. Yeah, there you go.
What does it translate into?
This is a family channel, Nick.
You just made me say a bad word without even knowing about it.
It's a family channel, Nick. Come on. Uh it's
You're killing me, Gabe.
it's what do you call it? Wouldn't even know if there's an actual translation in English, to be honest with you.
How dare you bring these kind of words to the virgin ears of our audience? How dare you?
That was such a huge play. Guys, the Yankees were set up to lose that inning. That could have been the game right there. That was such a huge play.
And there's a base hit right there. First pitch. The judge is finally in court.
Ooh. Let me update the score.
See how long Ryu lasts. This is probably his last inning.
Yeah, this is his last inning for sure. So 2-2, and we're in the bottom six, right, Nick?
Yes, sir.
Big inning here.
I thought you said they're going to lose for sure.
Listen, error equals misfielding, yes. And the Yankees already had an error this earlier. It's brutal. AJ, that's not why I did it. I just get excited and that's just, it comes
I've heard
out.
you say that word several times.
Exactly. It just comes out. How many pitches is Ryu at, bro?
He's close to 90.
And they're not warming anybody up?
This guy's a monster, man. He throws, soft cheese.
$129 for a month of subscription of what? $129. That's a big subscription, man.
MLB TV, you can get it for the whole season for $129 or $139.
Yeah, the whole season is $129.
The month is like $24.
Yeah.
So this is the deal, Gabe. This is how much of a Padres fan I am. Because YouTube TV does not cover my Padres channel. Right. I'm canceling it today, and I just ordered AT&T TV. I'm paying $30 more a month because I got to have my Padre games.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely.
And speaking of such, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and throw a super chat our way. I'm just kidding.
He said, I had to go ahead and order it. That's hilarious. Bro, I've switched cable providers when they stop carrying Yankee games or Knick games. What? You're done.
I don't know what YouTube TV is thinking. They had the Padres network last time. I don't have it on there. I don't care if it costs you a few extra bucks.
That's what I'm going to tell you. You know what they're thinking? The Padres are probably charging them more money to carry Padre games.
Oh, well, supply and demand.
And listen, you got to pay for it.
Oh, he went down for that. Come on, double play.
Negative. Beat it out. Campbell looking to change career of baseball. I heard the Yankees looking to draft him. I thought West Indies see. Stop it. See, I'm not even the one attacking Campbell now. I'm not even the one trashing Campbell. You know what I'm saying?
I felt bad for him. He went down early again, man. I feel bad for him.
I mean, the conversation's got to be had. Listen, if this was India, would he not would and whoever is getting crushed? Wouldn't there be already talks about replacing him on the test team? Same thing. England, look at the hate that Rory got. That Burns got. Look at the hate that other guys got. Why you telling me they don't got anybody better than Campbell? Anybody? And I mean, dude, I'm pretty sure I'm banned from Jamaica at this point. But listen, guys in England get replaced. They get dropped. Guys in India get replaced. They get dropped. Why not Campbell? Are you serious? Come on now.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right.
Does a triple play ever happen, Nick? Yes, they do.
Yeah, it happened not too long ago in spring training a few weeks ago. It happened to me on PlayStation just 2 days ago.
What? Yes.
I had runners at first and second, and don't even get me started on MLB The Show. I had guys on first and second, line drive right to the second baseman. He was like a foot away from the bag. And I couldn't tell if it dropped or if he caught it. It was that close. And so I was done in like 3 seconds.
You know what, Kush? It depends the reception we get on this one if we're gonna stream another one. Um, Obviously it won't be our major streaming thing, but we might throw one, especially during the summer when we got more time and we're not in school. But dude, I'm telling you, I love baseball, and just like you can see that the home runs, right? The long balls, kind of like the sixes in cricket, how huge they are. You know what I mean? It changes the momentum of the game. And the fielding, field catches or misfields, which we called errors. That's why we were saying that it's so similar. And that's why we got so much into cricket, because we're like, oh man, this is a game we know, we understand. Has someone bat broken when hitting the ball? Yes. Mariano Rivera, who's the Yankees' greatest closer of all time, he's actually in the Hall of Fame. He was notorious for breaking people's bats. He would break a bat or two every third or fourth game because he threw cutters in on guys' hands, and he would hit the bat on the thin part of the handle and break them all the time.
Here we
Stark,
go.
easy there. CSK won't be losing.
Like I said, I don't think Ryu's going to last the inning. He got what, 1 out?
1 out, gone.
Runner at first base, Aaron Hicks. You got a little more speed on first base. Here you go, Gabe. Stan going to get that opening day home run.
This is probably his last at bat. No, they'll have another at bat.
I can see it. I really can.
Stanton opening day home run. He's good for it.
Goes inside. So this is the interesting thing. Anyone that's new to baseball, you have a completely different pitcher out there. You got a righty. He's got a little more gas to him, different arm angle from the other side. So now the batters have to adjust to that. And that's not easy to do. That's not easy to adjust when you've gotten used to a different pitcher's timing. But for some batters like Stanton, it might actually be a good thing because he was not able to pick up anything off Ryu. Let's see what he can do. He wasn't able to pick up that last pitch, but we'll see.
I think CSK will bring in. I've heard rumors already of Alex Hale. I think CSK will bring in another pace bowler that maybe, I don't know who's out there, but they should bring in another pace bowler. You know, I'm not counting us down and out yet. I miss the cardboard cutouts. I don't. When our school's closing here, our last day is in May 24th, I think.
Dude, that was so awesome how quickly you just transitioned to that. I don't, and you went to the next one. I don't know how Campbell's still on the squad either. I have been rooting for him ever since Gabe has decided to hate him. But I mean,
it's getting tough.
Was Gabe right? Was he right? I think so.
Come on. Listen, even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. All right.
Exactly.
Just saying. Come on, Stanton. Oof. Guys, have you guys get Easter holiday? Well, yeah, we'll be Easter's this Sunday, so it falls right in our spring break. We're off this week.
Yeah, we always have Easter off because we don't ever work on Sunday as a teachers, but we actually get the next day off. I hear rumors, Gabe, it's because of Easter, but they can't call it the official day of Easter. It's just a unassigned day or whatever. So
interesting. I was wondering why they did that. So it says, are we doing Pakistan and South Africa ODI on Sunday? So I'm not even sure what time that game is, and Nick won't be streaming. You guys know Nick doesn't stream on Sunday, but I know that we had a light streaming schedule this week. My goal was to stream on vacation, but it just didn't work out, and you know the wife had a lot of plans and my kids had plans, so I want to spend some time with them. So more than likely I will try to sneak an extra stream in there this week, either West Indies or Pakistan. Do we have anything else scheduled, Nick? Pakistan, South Africa?
There's not a lot coming up. It's a little sporadic, I think.
It's weird, awkward hours for us too, right?
Yes. I think next week there's some stuff that happens in the 20s in April, but I want to say for the next few weeks it's kind of bare. I mean, we try to do at least 2 a week, so we'll see what we have in the schedule next week. Last night, that was unfortunate with the rain delay, but I knew I was going to be up early for this stream, and you guys know I love baseball, so I waited for an hour and a half, and then I called it. But yeah.
Our very first stream, remember that?
Yeah.
So it says here Friday, April 2nd, South Africa and Pakistan at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's
And then
is that a
is that
test?
1 a.m. our time?
Is that test or ODI?
I'm checking right now. First ODI, actually.
So I mean, I don't know. I might come on for
in the morning because it's
a few
ODI, so it's
hours
gonna
at the
go.
end.
So that would be our Saturday morning, right, Nick?
No, I think it's our Friday morning. Tomorrow. So less than 24 hours away.
Oh, so tomorrow morning. Oh, then definitely not tomorrow morning because I've got appointments for this one.
I may jump on and do it. I'm not sure. This has been a special time for me because my family is out of town for a few days and I love them to death, but I also like some quiet time as well. So I've been waking up early, just my own inner clock has been going off, which is fine. So if I'm awake, I'll try to catch the last few hours, but I'm not going to make any promises.
Yeah, and then for me, as I'm looking at the schedule right now, Sunday then for sure, for sure. I'm sure the wife will have some Easter plans, but I'll be able to catch a little bit of game in the morning because ODI starts at 1 a.m. It probably ends about 9 a.m. our time because it's 8-hour game. But thanks for asking. Please stream all IPL matches. Trust me, we try to stream as many as we can, especially at least the ones that start before school. So we'll see what happens. But definitely, I can tell you it won't be all of them. But we'll stream that very first one. And as the summer moves on, we'll be able to stream more and more IPL matches once our schedule gets a little bit easier. If pitchers bat in National League but not in American League, then how does World Series work? That is a great question, Ankeet. That is a great question, Ankeet. What happens is that, and it's really dumb to be honest with you. It's frustrating. But what happens is that depending who won the All-Star game, which makes no sense, that team will have home field advantage, or that league has full home field advantage.
It's full count 2 outs. Never mind. That's why
that team will have home field advantage. So I think it's dumb. I absolutely don't like it, but it is what it is. I can't, you know what I mean? There's nothing I can do.
Gabe, what's that show that we watch about the guy who is in prison and he became a lawyer to get himself out?
Oh, For Life.
Have you finished season 2?
I have not.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's over yet, but I know it's going right now. I haven't finished it either.
Our summer break starts. When does our summer break start, Nick? Like May 24th?
I think technically it might be a few days after that. But yeah, it's the end of May.
Can you explain the concept of earn run, please? ERA, earn run
quick,
average.
let's see if they get this third out. Oh, he picked that one up pretty nicely off the bounce. There you go. Nice.
2-2 games still, guys. Oh my gosh. So earn run average, ERA. It's how many earned runs you give up over 9 innings. So for instance, today Gerrit Cole has given up 2 runs in, what was that, 5 innings? So they will
he may not even gotten the third, huh? Probably just 5, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get through 6. So 5 and a third basically. So you're going to take those 2 runs, and if he had gone 9 innings, it would be a 1 ERA. So since he only went about half, it's about a 2 ERA. So just off the top of my head, his ERA, and not even looking at it today for today's game, is probably in the 4s somewhere, which is unusual and not good. But he gave up 2 earned runs in less than 6 innings.
So yeah, they were earned runs. So we went 5 and a third, 2 earned runs. It was an ERA of 3.38, so not too far off. So they average out how many innings you lasted, how many runs you gave up to what would that be if you were on that pace for a full 9 innings, like he said. So let's say the guy goes the entire 9 innings, he gives up no runs. His ERA is 0. If he goes the entire 9 innings, he gives up 1 run. The ERA is 1, like Gabe was saying. If he gives up 5 in 9 innings, then it's 5 ERA. A good ERA is anything under 4. A really good ERA is anything under 3.5, anything under 3. So if a pitcher gives up 2 runs and goes 6 innings, then their ERA is 3.33.
Right.
Not sure if that makes sense, guys, but that's how it works out based on a 9-inning mark. If they go this is the funny thing, guys. There's some pitchers that go out there in relief and they don't get an out, but they give up a run or more. Their ERA is INF, infinite, because they got no outs to be able to put in the algorithm what it would average out to.
Trash. They're trash, basically. But I mean, I guess Gerrit Cole's start was better. Actually, and this is what kills you. They didn't count that error at third base, at a shortstop, as an error, Nick, because he shouldn't have 2 earned runs. It should be 1 earned run. And that's frustrating.
0 outs. If it was 2 outs, he got that error, they would have given him the unearned run.
Please stream WTC finals in June. Oh, we plan to.
What did you guys think about what Kevin Durant did? What do you mean specifically?
Oh, I know what I mean. I think it's super funny. Kevin Durant is the king of trolls. So here's my thing. And this could come back and bite me in the butt. If I'm going to talk about today the play that our shortstop blew, Gleyber Torres, and say he's trash, and I'm going to criticize him as a
this guy is the pop-up king. I'm sorry, Gabe. That's 3 pop-ups now.
If I'm going to criticize him as a professional athlete, right, then I can only expect for this guy has the right to come back and criticize me. Bottom line. And Kevin Durant got into it with Michael Rappaport, who, by the way, is a Knick fan, and he loves basketball. He's from New York. He is the self-proclaimed king of trash talk. All right, you know who Michael Rappaport is, the redhead dude. He was in a couple shows. So yeah. Him and they got into it on Twitter, and he let him have it, and he challenged him to a fight. He said, "Bro, you ain't got no money. You broke. You shouldn't even be talking to me, and I'll see you wherever you want." Now that's a little extreme to try to challenge him to a fight. You're a professional athlete. He's a celebrity. You guys don't want to be fighting or brawling. But what's his name? Rappaport released it, which I thought was also not cool, because now you're dry snitching. And now it's like, well, Kevin Durant technically threatened somebody. He challenged him to a fight. Is there going to be any repercussions from his team or from his
if he gets in trouble for threatening a guy to a fight, that's ridiculous.
I agree, but it's the NBA. And here's my thing. I love Rappaport. He's a Knicks fan. But if you talk smack, you got to expect somebody going to call you on it. If I get called on myself, I'm going to get called on it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand how he didn't think it's okay for him to talk trash about Kevin Garnett, but not Kevin Garnett to clap back. That's just my opinion. Gabe Campbell has dirt on the board. We can't get rid of him. He's Jamaican. Don't watch yourself, Gabe. That's hilarious. He has dirt on the. That's why they can't get rid of him. But yeah, like, listen, if I'm in vacation, right, and let's say I'm in Jamaica and Campbell steps to my face, bro, what am I supposed to say? I'm not going to backtrack on what I said. It is what it is, bro. I get it. You're a professional athlete. You're 10 times better than I'll ever be. But compared to your peers, you're not doing well. Sorry. It's trash.
That's a great hit there on a full count.
If he doesn't like what we say, we're going to get into it. And I mean, I can't expect that a player that I criticize, he has the right to defend himself, is what I'm trying to say, Nick. So yeah, I think that Rappaport was wrong for snitching, first and foremost. And I think that if you're going to criticize these professional athletes, they're people too. They have the right to come back at you. That's my opinion.
I hear you. Few things I want to get to. Someone said still no drops. You're not going to see too many drops in baseball. The glove helps quite a bit. But, it's not just all the glove. They're athletes as well. So you're not going to see that too often. Sometimes they do drop a catch here and there, but it's not too frequent. About the Michael Rappaport, Kevin Durant thing, I hate the fact that no matter what someone does, because the other person snitches, it automatically makes them a lower life form and a horrible human being, and it puts them in more trouble. I hate that mentality because people got to take responsibility for what they do. I got to take responsibility for what I do. Everyone does. And if I decide to, and I think the whole thing is kind of silly. I think it's just two guys going back and forth getting angry. And, to say I'm going to beat you up is one of the easiest things for any guy to say or girl when they're having a back and forth. I don't think it's always meant to be like, I'm actually going to drive to your house and beat you up. Right. It's such an easy thing. It's just like someone saying, man, I'm going to kill you if you keep saying that. They don't really mean they're going to kill you, but you can say it's a threat. So my whole thing is, because he snitched, was that cool? No. But why does it make him a worse human being? Maybe because he was being a baby about it and he wanted to show everyone else when he was ticked off with Kevin Durant. I get that it's not cool, but Durant never had to go as far as he did. Now, if it's a DM, right, if it's a private message and he's like, dude, shut up, I'm going to beat you up, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I really don't. But I just hate the mentality that the snitch is automatically the worst person of all time because you got us in trouble. Well, you should never have gotten in trouble in the first place is always my position on that.
And I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. I think the one thing is that the fact that Rappaport started it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have a little backbone, bro. But with that being said, Durant did challenge him to a fight. I forgot, AJ. He talked about his wife. He did cross the line. And as a professional athlete, you got to know that you're a target and you got to hold yourself to a higher standard than other people. So, I mean, it's tough, Nick. It is.
But does Michael Rappaport, on the flip side, did he really think that his life was in jeopardy?
Bro. Watch some of these NBA players. These guys hang out at the same clubs. They're both stars. They got no problem walking up to you and punching you in the face at a club, and they'll pay whatever I'm gonna get sued.
Oh, crazy. These guys in the pop-up, man. You're 3-1 count.
Come on.
You pop it up.
Get to it.
They're way too froggy. Gabe, wouldn't it be hilarious if this is like a 15-inning match? 15-inning game.
Oh, my gosh. Why? Because it's a 2-2. I just thought about it right now. Oh, man.
Oh, this is a funny question from Crushnow right here. This is a better question, my friend. How many times have you been April Fools? Now, again, my family's not here, so I've been spared. But my son got me really, really good the other day before they went out of town, my oldest. So they were visiting Jody's grandparents, who are still alive, but they're getting older in age. And so they're visiting them. And so my wife wanted to get COVID tests for all the kids just to make sure my grandparents know that they're not bringing anything, right?
Right.
So they went and they got COVID tested. And my kids did not like that at all. But I was at home taking care of some stuff while they were getting COVID tested because I'm not going. And my oldest comes in my room like really slowly and somber. And he's like, Dad, I tested positive. And I'm sitting there thinking like, there goes my vacation. Like, not everyone's going to be gone. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, we'll figure it out. And I'm walking out trying to talk to Jody about what's the plan. Is he just going to stay home or whatever? Are they all going to stay home? Because if he tested positive, well, he was just messing around. But he got me good, man. I mean, he got me hook, line, and sinker. I totally bought it.
That's funny, bro. That is funny. Oh, man. Nick and Gabe, especially at an anniversary 10 years ago, this day, Team India won the ODI World Cup.
Wow.
Man.
That's a big anniversary right there.
The other day, I didn't realize that both India and New Zealand have an opportunity this year to win the WTC and win the T20 championship. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And you know what's even crazier is one of them is going to win at least one World Cup. That's for sure.
For sure.
Ooh.
For sure. So I'm telling you, man.
Excuse me. Come on, Simeon. Get back to 20. Oh, you're going to steal on that? He's out.
There it is. What?
Gary Sanchez?
He actually, wow, you guys are almost seeing everything in one game. That's caught stealing. So when you try to take the base and the catcher's able to throw the ball ahead of you and they tag you before you get to that base safely, that's a caught stealing.
There's no way. There's no way he meant for that ball to go closer to the fielder like that. I know you want to throw it to where their arms are at, right? But I don't think he meant for it to go that much, but that actually helped him to get the out.
Bro,
Wow.
what did I tell you? Gary Sanchez is not a good catcher. He got, like you said, he lucked into that. He's got a cannon for an arm, Nick, but he's not a good catcher. Let's be honest. Come on.
Wow. I'm impressed. I didn't know he had that kind of cannon.
Where to watch in India, guys, you can watch it on MLBTV.com. Just download the app. The game is free. You can watch it on your device. Nick, I need about 2 minutes, cousin. I'll be right back.
All right. And you guys can also watch it on, what is it called? Sony ESPN or something like that, whatever that channel is. You guys get to see a wide pan shot of my downstairs living room. I wanted to watch it on the big TV here, and my other TVs upstairs, they don't have the Bluetooth capabilities. So that's why I'm streaming from here. Thanks for joining us. We got 21 left in the chat. We know it's super late there, guys. Thank you so much for staying up. You guys are kind of getting the flip side of what we do when we're staying up late for the cricket matches. But we hope you're enjoying this. We hope that, we've been able to teach you a few things. I'm just sitting here really enjoying it and forgetting that I'm streaming sometimes. So I'm just sitting here watching the game and enjoying myself. It's also free to watch on the microwave reflection. That's awesome. I typically don't have the couch right here. You can see the couch behind me over there. This one right that I'm sitting on is against the wall, but I wanted to be right front and center with the TV. What are my plans for being home alone? Great question, Start. So my life is very, very busy, and a lot of it's from choice. I like to stay busy, whether it's with YouTube channels. Obviously, I have to work. I want to spend time with my kids and my wife. I don't play a lot of video games, but I've been playing a lot of baseball the last few days because it's been fun. So I spend a lot of time doing stuff. Every hour of the day, I'm doing something besides falling asleep. So I've been alone for 2 days now. This is the third day. And I've been sitting around. Like, I went and took care of a few errands here or there. I get out of the house at least once a day for about an hour to take care of some stuff. But sitting here, watching movies. I watched Asuran, the Indian film. We're going to review that in a few days once Gabe gets a chance to check it out. I've been just playing a lot of baseball, just been relaxing, watching some movies. I'm going to go check out King Kong tomorrow. I'm going to watch a whole bunch of baseball today. And for me, with spring break and with everything else, it's just so nice to be able to not have anything that I have to do at all. I can sleep in a little bit. I can sit around, lounge around, and just waste time. And it's going to, even just a few days, it's really going to recharge my batteries. How much longer? So it's a tie game. So it's a 9-inning game. But if it's tied after 9 full innings, they go into extra innings. There is no ties in baseball. They keep playing an extra inning until someone scores and then ends the game with that lead. Sometimes you'll have someone score in the top of the 10th inning and the other team tie it in the bottom of the 10th and they keep going to extras. So we'll see. If it ends in 9 innings, we're talking about like another 35, 45 minutes maybe. I will not be streaming during the Padres game for the main reason that it's just going to be so late in India. And we wanted to do this mostly for our fans that are living in India or are from India here, living in the States or somewhere else, wherever you're at, whether it's UK or whatever, that have never watched baseball. But most of the audience from India, it's going to be way too late. But I'll be definitely watching it. Nick, which names are difficult to pronounce for you, Indian or Chinese? Tell me. I don't think I can just choose one of those nationalities, one of those groups of names. It really depends. For me, the difficult thing, and it's kind of funny because I don't mean this as a drive-by. I see Gabe in the room, but he's off the side right now. I don't mean this as a drive-by, Gabe, but I'm surprised that Gabe actually isn't better at pronouncing names than I am. Because for me to pronounce Hispanic names the way they're supposed to be pronounced is very, very difficult. I can't roll my R's. I get really self-conscious on the pronunciation, right? I really struggle. Like, I'll say something like Padre, right? My favorite team, but I know that's not technically how you should be pronouncing it in Hispanic accent. So I'm kind of surprised that you, Gabe, you're not a little better at the Indian names, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, it's not about nationality. It's just about the understanding the pronunciation guides for those letters. Like, for example, America is probably the worst. Ooh, the snow's back. America is probably the worst because you can have a letter make several different sounds based on the word itself or the name itself.
Right.
So, anyways, that's a long answer, but I can't say whether it's Chinese or Indian or Japanese names. I think it would all be difficult for me not having that background knowledge of how to pronounce.
I mean, and I think I shared this with you before, but I know exactly why I struggle with it. It's because I'm dyslexic, so I mix up letters. I always,
Oh, okay.
it was a struggle for me growing up, and as I've gotten older, I've just gotten better with it. But it's sometimes I put the I before the E or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
I actually
interesting. I know you told me that before, but I'd never really put two and two together. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
And I actually share that with my students all the time because I want them to understand that just because you have a learning disability, it doesn't mean that you cannot learn. It just means you got to work a little harder. You know what I mean? So, I don't have any shame in admitting it here on the stream. Yeah, I grew up and I was actually diagnosed dyslexic when I was in 5th grade, I think it was, something like that.
This isn't the same Phelps that was with the Yankees a few years ago, was it?
It was.
Wow, I didn't know he was still pitching.
David Phelps, correct. Jonathan Loizaga.
Oh, he did not have a good season last year. So what's up, everyone? If you're still here, you haven't done so, go ahead and like the stream. We appreciate it. Let us know in the comment section once the video goes live or whatever. If you like this baseball stream, you want us to do a few more throughout the season.
Woo!
Wow.
No, Bichette, what a play.
Oh, and he threw him out. Oh, no, he's safe.
He's safe, but still. Oh, Bo Bichette.
Wow. Gary Sanchez ran it out.
Guys, if he doesn't stop that ball, Gary Sanchez, even with his speed, is probably at third base, at second base.
Too bad he can't throw it from his knees, though. He had no power on that throw. I would say, you're going to call me crazy. I would say 50% of shortstops can make that throw, and he'd be out.
Not from that angle, bro.
Nothing on that throw. Nothing on that throw.
He had nothing behind the throw, but not from that angle because he had slid and he was literally. You've got to have a lot of.
I must be
arm
spoiled
strength.
by man Tatis because he could have made that throw.
Yeah, Tatis he's got one of the best arms in the majors. What are you, crazy? Yeah, Tatis can make that. Of course he can.
I'm just saying, I would say a lot of shortstops would be able to. Your boy Derek Jeter could, probably still in his sleep.
Bro, put it this way. Manny Machado, who's an all-star, got moved.
Pitch, he got away with it. Sorry. That was right down the middle.
Manny Machado got moved from shortstop to third, even as a veteran, because Tatis is better than him metrically. That's ridiculous.
Oh, good question, Abdullah. I'll answer first and let Gabe answer second. As a 4th grade teacher, can you spot students with dyslexia or ADHD? If I was to say yes, that's a very dangerous answer. The answer is no. The answer is no. First of all, we're not trained in even assisting students with dyslexia. I think there's a few trainings here or there, but we legally are not supposed to be commenting on that because we're not experts. We have not had any kind of endorsement to show that we know how to diagnose and how to help, right? So the answer is no. ADHD, if you told a parent, I think your kid's got ADHD, you're looking for a lot of trouble right there because that's very offensive to say that. And your question's not offensive at all. Your question's perfectly fine. So don't think I said that. But no, you can't. Now, are there times where stereotypically, unofficially, where we think that maybe, possibly, oh my gosh. Not good enough. I thought he hit more of that. Jeez. I thought he got more of it than just that. But it looks like the ball's not really carrying too much unless you're Gary Sanchez. But to keep my answer really short, because I've been talking forever about this, no, you can't. But as a teacher, especially with dyslexia, not so much ADHD, because there's nothing you can do about that.
Right.
With dyslexia, it would be wise if a student struggled with reading to ask the parents that question. Has he been tested for dyslexia or has she been tested for dyslexia? Because that might be a hindrance.
Right. Yeah, again, and there's also professionals, and to piggyback off Nick's answer, there's professionals at the school that are literacy strategists, sped strategists. These people are better qualified to make that determination. As a teacher, all you can see is, hey, I spot some warning signs. The child has something here. Let me refer that child to further. But you're not saying what you think. You just say, hey, the child is struggling academically. Let's see if we can figure out what's the issue so that we can assist the student and accommodate them academically. But yeah, you're not going to absolutely say, oh yeah, I think he's got ADHD or dyslexia. Your Nick's right. You're looking at
there was a movie. Oh, what's it called? I saw it. I was not too impressed. It was a Clint Eastwood film, actually. The Paris one, like the Paris train terrorist attack thingamajig, like right. 317 to Paris, something like that. And they decided to put the real life heroes as actors in the movie, which is crazy.
Right.
But in that film, there's a really cringe-worthy scene at the very beginning where they're showing these kids when they were younger and they struggled in school.
Right.
And the teacher is having a parent conference with one of the moms, and she's saying, your son is so out of control. I know he has ADHD. If you could just give him some medication, I can do my job better.
Chop.
Oh, my gosh. It was just absolutely horrible. Catch that. Oh, no, it found a hole.
Harris, I am glad you like the late night streams. And Sup, no apologies necessary, brother. Again, I actually pride myself on the fact that I work really hard at things. And like you can see, the first time I did that DC video was terrible. I worked on it and improved. And that's what I tell my kiddos, guys, you can improve. All right, you're not doomed to any fate. It just may take you a little bit more work. So I always look at it as a challenge. So no apologies necessary, man.
No, that's a great comment, though, Sup, because honestly, like I said a few minutes ago, I totally forgot about it. And Gabe knows I'm not making fun of him when I joke around about it, but he's a good sport about it, we'll say. Thanks for Azariel for that. What's up, Ozjod? Absolutely loving this, by the way. And the sofa, Nick. Yeah, this thing. Let me tell you about the sofa real quick, Ozjod. Let me tell you and everyone else. Okay.
The Bacalanja.
So this right here, it's got the recliners set up right here, okay, which I absolutely love. But it's got these buttons. Let me show it to you. You guys can get up close with my buttons right here, okay?
Oh,
so
my
you
God.
have recline forward, backwards, and then headrest over here. There's this little button right here. This is what sold it for me. My wife hates this button because it's the main reason I bought it. You click that button, and oh, look it. You get the lights. You get the lights for the cup holders, theater style.
Oh, my gosh.
So appreciate that. You noticing that? We've had this couch for a few years, and it's still in great shape, so we love it.
Now, a lot of people might think that DJ LeMahieu was late on that. He's intentionally waiting for the ball to get deep on him so that he could hit the ball the other way.
He was still late, though. He was still late.
Nick, did you realize out of all his home runs last year, do you know how many he pulled? Take a guess.
Probably not a lot. I don't
Take a guess.
Listen, Gabe, I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm not sure how many home runs he hit and how many were on the other way. Stop it. Listen.
Look it up. Every home.
This is so hilarious because when DJ LeMahieu came to the club 2 years ago, Gabe was like, no,
I agree.
No, I can't do
You're
it.
right.
No, this guy's trash. And then he just was insane his first 2 seasons. And now you're so far up his, you know what? He was late on that pitch. You can say whatever you want. He was late.
I saw the metric on it. I couldn't believe it. At Yankee Stadium, every single home run went the other way. He didn't pull one ball. Not dead center in that pull.
Though.
That's crazy.
I'm not going to say that he was so late where he meant to pull it and he went the other way. I'm not going to say that, but he was late on that pitch.
Well, because he waits on it so long. So I see what you're saying, but that's his game. He wants to wait on it to get into the zone so deep. Now, the guy that you guys see warming it up, that's their closer. So that means that
he's going to go 2 innings?
Bro, I guess they're putting him in early. I don't know what they're doing.
Wow. That's ridiculous. That means you have no faith in your bullpen. And not just that, but it's a tie game. That makes 0 sense unless he got demoted.
In trouble.
Real. I thought my life was complicated until I saw Nick's sofa. That's hilarious.
Oh, my gosh.
Good take. Great walk there. Bases loaded now.
Before I start, infield fly rule, let me explain it real quick. There's 2 out. There's 1 out right now. Why the infield fly rule is actually there to protect the batter and the base runners, because I could easily, as an infielder, not let a ball catch that's going to fall right next to me and turn a double play and get 2 outs as opposed to, or even 3 outs as opposed to waiting and let's see what happens. Didn't get access to the live stream. Why not, Sanjay? That's crazy. So or as opposed to catching it and just getting one out. So the infield fly rule is actually there to protect the base runners and the batter, because if you popped it up, 99.9% of the time that infielder can make that catch. It's got to be made. Back in the day before infield fly rules, fielders used to let the ball drop on purpose to get extra outs.
This is a big, oh man, it's a big situation. Bases loaded, one out. I'm not going to lie, Gabe. I want your team to lose, but I don't want to be doing a super long extra inning game because the Padres are in 20 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, if I can make a huge request, please, once that Padres game starts and we're still doing this, please don't spoil anything for me. I'll be a big baby about it. Please don't spoil it for me.
But he ate it down the middle.
Runs right here.
Oh, he just took it down the middle. That was your pitch.
Yep.
He's not in midseason form. He should have deposited that in the seats, bro. That was his pitch. 2-1. Come on. Put it deep enough for Sanchez to score. Give me a single at least. Give me a fly ball deep. Double play.
Oh, yeah. 5 mile.
Wow.
Another pick. He should have picked that one earlier, to my point. He's got the picking skills. Sorry, Gabe. And, oh, man. You guys get at least one run there, so it's not extra innings?
Bro, that's brutal, man. That's brutal. Oh, the double play is the equalizer. Cricket for us. It depends, man. If people want it, we'll do it, especially during the summertime when we got more time. If people want it, we'll do it. It seems pretty interesting. I need to learn the player's name and the sort of history. Start watching more regularly. AJ, yeah, learning the history of the game is important. You know, the Yankees, they're a storied franchise, right? The Yankees have more championships than any team in professional sports. All right. 27 championship. Nick knows the numbers. He always corrects me. It's 27. Yeah, we're looking for number 28. 27 championships. What is it? 40 something pennants. It's ridiculous. Which means they win their division. I will say learning the history of the teams is important.
Ladies and gentlemen, try to get, I don't know the number from the top of my head, but try to guess how many championships the second highest franchise has with World Series. You got the Yankees with 27. I don't know from the top of my head, but I don't think anyone has more than 9 after that. That's how insane the Yankees are.
Bro.
And different eras, right? I mean, they went crazy in the 20s. They went crazy in the 40s. I think they got a few in the 50s. They got 1 or 2 in the 70s and the 80s. They got 4 or 5 in the 90s and 2000s. I mean, it's ridiculous. 11? Is that what it is? Let's see. How many World Series championships do each team? It's easy to count how many championships my team has. It's 0. Yeah, you're right. 11. Wow, the Cardinals have 11. Red Sox have 9. Dodgers have 7.
Bro, Gavin Biggio has been amazing at third base. You guys got to understand, this kid is not a third baseman. And he's playing it so natural. They moved him from second to third. Wow.
I saw him just a little bit last year and the year. No, just last year. He was a stud. You know what's funny, Gabe? It's very weird, I think, but the Padres, I think this is their 3rd series of the season. They're playing against the Rangers. You think that's Major League Baseball trying to capitalize on the drama that happened between those two teams last year and Tatis on his grand slam?
You think? You never have interleague games that early.
The Rangers in the 3rd series?
You know that the schedule makers do that all the time. They love it.
Abdullah, are you serious? The last full baseball match you watched was Michael Jordan's last? That's a long time ago, brother. That's like 20 years ago. 25.
I was gonna say I forgot Michael Jordan played baseball, but no, I didn't because he was so bad.
He was awesome in Space Jam.
Whoa, how was that not a strike?
Yeah,
come on, Blue.
Gary Sanchez, I think he got what's that called? He got switched up. I don't think he was expecting that kind of movement or that pitch, but he didn't frame it too well. But yeah, that should have been a strike regardless.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, S. Stark, I hear what you're saying. Pizza and beer. I don't drink beer, so that's why you spell it that way, like a teddy bear, maybe.
This is weird.
Abdullah says, "Dude, I'm 46 years old. That's okay. We're not too far behind you."
Wow. Nick, this question is for you. I want to see how you answer it. Oh my gosh.
Nick, in the USA, is it rare to beat up students by teacher, or what do teachers do when they get angry? Oh, if you beat up a student, you're done. Your career is over. Goodbye.
You want to jail. You're going to go to jail. Okay.
What do they call it, Gabe? Corporal punishment?
Yes.
What do they call that? That was allowed not too long ago. And in our district here, oh, nice pitch. In our district here, as early as the 80s, they were allowed corporal punishment, which is crazy. But no, if you beat up a student, could you imagine? If you even hit a student in any way, then you're done. I mean, your career is over. Good luck. You might be able to avoid some jail time, maybe. But no, you can't do that. You can't put your hands on a student whatsoever. You can't even... And when I say this, don't think for a second that I wish we could, because I don't want to. I'm a very nonviolent person by nature anyways. But you're not even allowed to use your presence as an adult. Oh, no. Donaldson, did he just injure himself? Oh, Donaldson got injured running to second base. That sucks. But you can't even use your body and your presence to intimidate a student, right? So when you are mad at a student, the first thing you've got to do is you've got to take a breath and kind of walk away and recollect yourself. That's going to be an out. You can't let it go there. That's not what you're there as a teacher. Your job is not to have a power struggle with the student. Your job is to teach that student. You can get all different types of students, different behaviors. Right. So there's no point of getting angry. When I get angry, it's not angry like I want to, punch someone, like a friend of mine. When I get angry as a teacher, I'm frustrated that a student's not doing what I want them to do, or they're not behaving properly. So you can use voice influx. You can use different tones of your voice. You have to be very careful what you say, obviously. But what I always do is I always have them step outside my room. We have little pod areas as a roof part of the building. I have them step out there for a few minutes. He's out. Ooh, that was close. And I let them cool off for a second. And then I have a deliberately slow conversation with them to get them to figure out what's going on. And 98% of the time, that's what works, and that's what makes things better. It's just having a conversation. And typically it's always centered around, why are you angry right now?
Right.
Sometimes it's as silly as a guy next to him is tapping a pencil and they're not realizing that I got them angry. And so I can just tell the kid, like, hey, stop tapping the pencil. But anyways, I'm getting too far off track. No, you can't beat up a student. Absolutely not.
And he answered that perfectly. I think the only thing I would add is, since there are fights and students do get aggressive, as teachers, we can't even physically restrain a kid from beating up another kid. All we can do is get in the middle and take the punishment ourselves to defend our student. But I think we
can at least block the punches like this, our hands up. But exactly. We can't grab the hand, and we can't say, oh, you hit me, now it's my turn to retaliate. Oh, no way.
No. Somebody asked to see a baseball. Here's a baseball. This is Trey's. Actually, if you can see the writing on that, May 13th, 2016, Trayvon's first home run he hit.
Nice.
All right. Pumped it out the park. And compared to a cricket ball, you can see literally the same thing. Same thing. Seams are a little bit different on baseball. Obviously, cricket has the seams that go, well, two seams, but they go straight across the ball. Where in baseball, you also have two seams, but it kind of like has this weird patterns, two pieces of leather put together this way. Both made out of leather.
No, there's no teams from Nevada. They're trying to get a team, and Gabe feels very confident they'll be able to get one pretty soon. We have a minor league team here in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Aviators. Who are they with, Gabe? The
Aviators are they used to be the A's. That's why we're bringing in the A's. We used to be Toronto's AAA team. Well, first Mets, then Toronto's.
It used to be the Padres actually before that, which I was so excited about.
We are the AAA teams for the A's. We're going to get the A's franchise because Oakland cannot sell games. It's a bad area, old stadium. So they're coming in really soon. What's up, Han?
Han?
I'll take Mush. But what about calling Nick Blitz? At least give me that, all right? What's up, Blitz? What's up, Mush?
Speaking of Blitz, Blitz got to use the bathroom.
Oh man. I remember my teacher put two rulers and hit an edge of my friend and broke in half. Yeah, no, can't do that. All right. Mortal Kombat. I can't wait for it. Oh, somebody asked me about the first two episodes of Winter Soldier. Is that was the question? I have not even seen it. I've been so busy. And again, I went on vacation. I was on the road with my family. I will be watching them this weekend, but I have not even seen them, honestly. And I'm staying off of all the forums to stay away from spoilers because I don't want any spoilers. What's up, Julian? Welcome back. Let's see. Get back in the chat. What's Blitz? So Blitz is a joke. That's a new thing we're calling Nick, right? Because Nick always misses the big stuff. He always misses, like, it took Nick, I would say, a week plus to see. It wasn't maybe a week. Maybe it was because of all the rain delays and stuff. It maybe took him 2 days to see his first wicket. And he misses, like, all the good stuff because he's normally either, again, Nick's very busy. He's a grade level chair at my school. So he was always working, family, church. But he's missed a lot of stuff. And then he'll get to it after me. But like the double super over, Nick still hasn't seen that. He wasn't there for that game. Like a lot of the big things that happen when we watch cricket. So we call him Blitz because he could be on, nothing will happen, especially in tests for a while. He leaves and 3 wickets will fall. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So that's, and Blitz is just basically was from the show How I Met Your Mother. This guy that they called Blitz in college would always miss everything. He'd be hanging out all night. Nothing would happen. He'd go turn in early or whatnot. And then, something amazing would happen. Like a rock band would show up and play a impromptu show. So that's Blitz. That's the best way I can explain it. You always miss the good stuff. Krista said, "What? I'm shocked. In India, beating students is just like having tea. That's hilarious." Yeah, here you go to jail, man. No, Nick is grandpa, not Blitz. Gramps. Grandpa Nick. The office. It's called office, not the bathroom. Yeah. You guys already got Nick's code. He's at the office. How do you follow so many games and so many teams? Well, right now, I'm actually I'm watching on my screen, but on the top there's the ticker so we can see all the other scores of the games. But you don't watch every game live. Like I follow closely in baseball, my team, the Yankees. I follow some West Coast teams like the Dodgers because they're in our network. They got people I like. And of course, Nick's team, the Padres, because I root for his team. And then I'll watch Sports Center and watch all the highlights of the games and what happened that day. But it's impossible to catch all the games. I wish.
Did you just say the Dodgers have guys you like? How dare you? Disrespectful.
Bro, Trevor Bauer is one of my favorite pitchers in baseball. You know this. I've told you this before. He's out of control.
The Red Sox again.
Your Mets uniform looks nice, Gabe. Stop it. This is my Yankees uniform. You see that? This actually is a Don Mattingly jersey, number 24. And it's funny. Nick mentioned the other day, earlier in the stream about how the Yankees don't have names on the back of their jerseys. And even Savannah asked me, a lot of people that don't follow Yankee lore don't know why that is. And it's because the Yankees have the philosophy that you don't play for the name on the back of the jersey. You play for the name on the front of the jersey, in this case, the New York Yankees, because no one player is bigger than the team. That's kind of the idea. Gabe, are you going to watch the Padres game? Yep, I'll be watching some of the Padres game. I got to go pick up Trey from practice about 2 o'clock, so I should be able to stick around for a little bit of the Padres game. And then go get Trey and get ready to work tonight. I've been off, man. I'm shocked, Nick. I didn't know what to do with myself. This is the longest I've gone without having to work either job. That's crazy, huh?
I was going to say, how was the vacation?
Oh, it was amazing, man. Last night we went to dinner. I had some great seafood. It was so much fun.
Can you stop rubbing on my cup?
went to the beach, Manhattan Beach, like 2-3 days in a row. It was just good, man. Get the kids out of the house. My kids hadn't been anywhere since quarantine, since lockdown. So it was awesome.
S. Stark, I am the king of relaxation, my friend. Come on.
Stop lying, Gabe. It's Mike Piazza, 1999 jersey. Negative. Dom Natalie, baby. The captain. What's the biggest rivalry in baseball? Yankees, Red Sox. No questions asked.
And it's kind of stupid, too, that they keep having that, at least as far as ESPN goes. They televise every Yankee Red Sox game, even when there's no rivalry that year or one of the teams with the Red Sox aren't good that year. Oh, geez, keep swinging. You might give them a cold.
That's not why the rivalry, Nick. That's not where the rivalry started. And you know this because I think I might have mentioned this to you, but you forgot. I actually have it here. Let me pull it off the wall.
I know where the rivalry started, but I hate the fact that they keep televising it all the time.
So if you guys can see this is a fake example, but you guys see this? See that guy right there? That's the best player, one of the greatest players of all time in baseball. Babe Ruth. Yes, he was a Red Sox. Babe Ruth, before he was a Yankee, was a Red Sox. The Yankees were the first team to hose another team in a trade and trade the Yankees. And the owners were actually friends. They got Babe Ruth for nothing because the Yankees knew he could hit. The Red Sox didn't. He used to be a pitcher. Once he blew out his arm, they figured, oh, he's trash. So friends, let's say if it was me and Nick, I say, you don't need Babe Ruth anyway. Maybe we could rehabilitate him. I'll trade him. They traded Babe Ruth for $25,000. $25,000.
$125,000, I thought.
Let me see. They got the contract here. Nope, $25,000. By herewithin assessing to the party of the second part of the contract of said player George H. Ruth for the season of 1919, 1920, and 1921 in consideration of the sum of $25,000. That's what the trade was. And that's what started the rivalry between the Yankees and the Red Sox. And now it's like the owners to this day don't get along. So that's why it's a rivalry, not just the players. And Nick's right. It's always a better rivalry when both teams are good. But even in off years, these guys just hate each other. Yankees, Red Sox, or Barcelona, Real Madrid. What's a big rivalry? That's a big rivalry as well. But I'm telling you, the amount of fights between players over the years. You know what? That's a better example. Yeah, you're right. It depends where you live. Gabe, are West Indies doing well right now? 320 runs lead. I saw that. I want them to get up to about 400 and then declare Don Antonio because I want a result. We were able to draw out. Do you guys think? I think 400's enough. And today is day 3, right? So bat out today. Hopefully get to tomorrow. You're good. Hopefully get to tomorrow. And then at that point, you can go ahead and draw the thing out. Not draw it out. Sorry. Try to get the win. Oh, my gosh. Come on. Yankees struggling here. Julian Collins, I think it was 1920. Gabe is trying hard to convince us he is a Yankees fan with all these props, but we can all see through that at Citi Field. That's hilarious. Stop it. Han Solo, Gabe will not mention him anymore. Thankfully, this is John Campbell's last test match. Listen, I've been trying to be nice for Neil, but he's terrible. I'm hoping this is his last test match. Come on. Today is day 4. I thought it was day 3. Okay, so then they need to declare today. They need to get up to what, 400, Renil? And then declare today? Because they got to be able to get those wickets and get this win. Cannot leave wow, Bangladesh too much time. How much game is left by time? In our game, let's see. The game we're watching right now, we are in the It's 2-2. Did I change the score, by the way? Yep, 2-2. It's not bottom of the sixth. It is bottom of the eighth. So literally, I mean, it could be 10 minutes if somebody scored, but if nobody scores, then it's going to go into extra innings, which would be crazy. The first game we stream goes into extra innings. I'm hoping the Yankees can come through and score here, because if Yankees score here, then the next inning, they can go in, close the game. And if the Blue Jays don't score, then the Yankees win. So this is the bottom of the eighth. Again, the games move relatively quickly. The Yankees got to score here.
Yeah, this message on my TV that says the program's been blocked in your area. Did you get that?
No. They just blocked you?
I have no idea what's going on. Oh, because the Dodgers-Rockies game is now starting at ESPN, so they're going to end the other one? That's dumb.
In the eighth inning, in a tie game.
Let me see. Now that I signed up with watch out, Cat. AT&T TV, let's see if I can get it on there.
Now, Nick, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
And I want to see what you're going to think. Got him. Good night. So here are the scores today. Detroit 3-0 against Cleveland in the eighth. Minnesota 3-1 against Milwaukee in the fourth. Pittsburgh Pirates 3-2 against Chicago in the fourth. Philly 1-0 against Atlanta in the first. And the Yankees 2-2 in the eighth. What am I going to tell you?
The scoring's down because the ball's not been juiced.
Do you believe that the ball was juiced? Or do you believe what they're saying? Oh, it's the same ball.
Oh, the ball was absolutely juiced. Let me give you an example. And you've been saying it for a long time, so I'm not going to claim like, oh, I just did my own research and knew that. You've been telling me that for a long time, and you were right. Let me give you an example right here. So there, Mookie Betts, right? Mookie Betts, great hitter, great baseball player. I'm a little mad because he's on the Dodgers, but it is what it is. He's a likable guy. He had, what was it, 17, 18, 19 home runs last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was on pace to get like, I don't know, 50, 39, 40 home runs. His career high before that was, I think, 27 or 28 home runs.
28, something like that, 29.
So his career high, and he's played several seasons now, his career high was 27, 28, 29, and he got 19 in a 60-game season.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, ball juiced, you guys are asking. So over the last few years, again, and this is why I hate umpiring and I hate commissions, just like in cricket, in my opinion, they try to make a game an offensive game. Same thing in baseball, right? Everybody loves the six. Everybody loves the home run. Everybody loves the high scoring. I love low scoring games. To me, it's more exciting. Anyway, juice balls over the last 3 years, home runs have gone way up. And what it is that there's a little rubber ball that's in the middle of how they make a baseball. They've got like a little orange ball. Then they take a whole bunch of twine and wrap it up. And then after they wrap it up with all that twine, that's when they put on the leather and the stitching. And that's how you make baseballs. Then they put like dirt on it, rub them, brand new balls. All right. So that the ball can kind of like get deadened or whatever. So juice balls were wrapped differently so that it was a lot tighter. And when the ball, when the players hit the ball with the bat, you get an extra 10, 15, 20 feet of distance as far as home runs. The ball was jumping off batters' bats. And Major League Baseball said there was nothing with the ball, but yet every pitcher, the year that the juice ball was introduced, could say, I feel this ball, it's different. Yes, it's 4 point whatever ounces, just like every other baseball, but the seams feel different. The ball feels different. And Major League Baseball, through the union, got to change the ball. Well, why are you changing the ball if the ball wasn't different?
Got that call? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Why were you changing the ball if the ball isn't different? Well, they changed the ball, and surprise, surprise, scoring is down. Go look at opening day scores last year. Games were averaging 7, 8 runs a game. No way. 10-run games. Get out of here. So juiced ball. And that's one thing I see in cricket where a lot of the rules are there to benefit the batsman. They want the high scoring. I get it. I don't know if they do anything with the equipment to try to benefit the batsman. In baseball, legally, by the way, the mound used to be higher. Okay, if you see where the pitcher's standing, there's actually on like a little, they call it a mound. It's an incline because you're higher, because you can generate more velocity with leverage if you're up higher. Well, they lowered it because they lowered the mound because it was too hard for hitters to hit in like the 70s or something like that. So they've done it in order to benefit the batters for years, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. And as much as I like scoring, as much as I like home runs and whatnot, I gotta say it's not worth it. When you have these guys put Mickey Mouse numbers, it's not worth it. And I'm a baseball purist. I like protecting to a certain degree, not to the ridiculous where it's dumb, protecting the history of the game and the players that played before. So it's juicing the ball is ridiculous. We know why they're doing it. But I will say this, though. Opening day, these pitchers have been messing around in spring training, trying to get their stuff down. I always feel like the pitchers are ready for opening day better than the batters are. I don't care about spring training or whatever. So I do think pitchers have more of a advantage there, but at the same time, you can have pitchers who get rocked because they're not ready yet. So,
oh my!
Wow, I thought he was safe. I thought he was out.
Nick. Why did that ball bounce? That
was a bad throw.
Toss, man. Gosh, Torres.
What's your shortstop's name? Torres.
Gleyber Torres is trash.
Oh, no, he was safe by a mile. Wow, that was a horrible throw.
Because that should not be a bouncer.
He even stopped for a second. He took a little crow hop and stopped, and he still made that horrible throw. Yeah, that's a bad play. This cat
again.
Crazy.
Please call that an error. Please call that an error.
No, that should definitely, absolutely be an error.
Gosh, that's routine, man. You can't make it up. You can't make it up.
Vladdy, come on, let's get a 2-run home run off Darren O'Day. Is he a new Yank?
Oh, Darren O'Day, yeah.
Woo.
And they got him in the 9th in a tie game.
Guys, so this is, again, don't tell me anything about the Padres game, please. I should be starting pretty soon. Don't tell me anything. I really appreciate it. But you guys are tuning for the right time. Gabe's going to lose his mind. This is the end of the game if the Yankees lose the lead. Oh.
Bro, and it would be, you do not give up extra outs in the 9th inning. The same player twice. Before the game started, who did I tell you was trash? Before he even made an error. Gleyber Torres has brick for hands. Him and Gary Sanchez cannot play defensively. Gosh, it's...
There you go, Gabe. That's what I'm talking about.
It's unbelievable, bro.
Ooh.
You do not want to start the year off losing to the Blue Jays. Is Gleyber batting for the blue team? He's fielding for them, obviously. He's supposed to be going for the pinstripe team. Gosh, it's you can't make it up. Got him. Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness gracious. That was a strike, in my opinion.
That is right on the bro. That's on the line, right at the knees. See what I mean? That umpires are horrible. Gosh, they're horrible. Hit him with the slider. Do not throw another fastball, dude. You can't make it up.
No, you can't.
Looks like someone Gabe is also juiced now. I just switched to the French announcers. They sound like they are flirting, not calling the game. Guys, that was so bad. All right, here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and fastball in on his hands.
Oh, great movement. He's out. That
Now,
was not clutch.
I did not see them call infield fly, so the batter could have. I mean, the second baseman could have dropped that ball and then thrown it to second and thrown it to first to get an infield fly. But you always take the sure out. Right now, that's so. Think about it, and this is why it drives me crazy, guys. Right now, the Yankees should have 2 outs. They only have one. You don't ever want to give up extra rants. Extra outs. If a run scores, ooh, then that's what happened.
Mess around there.
Sorry if I had explained it before. Not a problem. But what is the difference between American League, National League, Major League Baseball, and World Series?
Wow. All right, so let's start off with National League and American League. So baseball, Major League Baseball is one organization, and it's split up into 2 different leagues, American League, National League. Each league has 15 teams, and they're all part of Major League Baseball. But each league has their own rules, kind of just like the way state rules and country rules are different here in the U.S. But they all play baseball. They play against each other. Usually they play against their own league, but they have interleague plays with games where they play other teams from the other league. Anyways, the biggest difference is the National League, they have the pitchers hit, and the American League does not have the pitchers hit. They have the designated hitter. That guy does not field. He just has a batting spot in the lineup. And so the American League scores more runs than the National League. There's other changes because of that pitcher batting, obviously, but that's the overall gist. And so when you get to the World Series, right, the team that is the best in the National League will play the team that's the best in the American League after their playoffs. They play against each other in a 7-game series, best of 7, I should say. That's it in a gist.
Right. And that is pretty much, you know what, you did a great job explaining it. I guess the last thing is that, is it the National League was the original league, Nick? And then they joined. The National League is the original baseball league, which is why they got some of the original teams like the Brooklyn Dodgers became eventually the LA Dodgers. And then Major League Baseball merged with, what other league was it? It was American Baseball League and something else merged, and that became Major League Baseball. But yeah, that's it in a GIF. Is your team playing, Gabe? Oh yeah, I'm a Yankees fan. My team is playing at home right now, and they are tied with the Indians in the 9th inning, 2-2. Not the Indians. I'm sorry. With the Blue Jays, which is ridiculous. Really, gosh.
Thanks, Quality Shot. Hey, Quality Shots in the house. Fazan, what's up, man?
What's up, Quality Shot?
Watching a little baseball. Fazan and Ozjon, I'm assuming you guys have ESPN as one of the regular channels there in the UK, but I might be wrong. Let me know.
So, Stark, that's also a good question. It depends who's got the home field. Who's ever got the home field. If I am playing in American League Park, it's American League rules. If I am playing in the National League Park, it's the National League rules. Is 2-2 a low score?
Who determines home field advantage in the World Series?
Oh my gosh, the stupid All-Star game, which doesn't make any sense because in the All-Star game, nobody is playing. Nobody is, that's the dumbest way. It should be on your record as a team. Who's got the better record? All-Star game. Come on, man. Which basically, it's not even All-Stars because fans vote in All-Stars. Not even the best players play sometimes. They get snubbed. It's ridiculous. We're watching this on MLB TV. It's a free app. You can download it.
Oh.
Wow. Oof.
Come on. Oh.
So that's a difference between cricket and baseball right there. In cricket, there is no foul ground, right? So that's a fair ball in cricket, and you'd probably have a boundary there.
Dude, there is barely any foul territory in that little corner, and he managed to get it in that small little pocket.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. That is unfortunate.
Yes, it's on BT Sport, ESPN here in the UK.
Oh, cool. All right. BT Sport.
That's a 6. Yeah, that should Jason Holder with a 50. I love it.
Wow.
We need to declare though at some point today.
Oh. Oh, he hit him. It's a nice pitch too. Struck him out. Gurriel. Oh no, he didn't strike him out. He dropped the foul ball. Oh, so you want to be a catcher, huh?
Yeah, that is the West. West Indies are doing well. Yes, they are. Guys, that's why I mentioned earlier, catching is the worst position in baseball. So he completely missed the ball, and on his
It
backswing,
is a strikeout.
he hits his wrist. Yep. It wasn't even a foul tip.
No, not at all. So would that be called batter's interference? Is that the official call?
He had already been struck out. There's no
Okay.
batters. It would have been like catcher's interference.
I got you.
But yeah, no. Pant keeping for Yankees, I see. No, this guy, how dare you? Have you seen Pant keeping lately? Pant's been good.
Yeah, Yankees, it's been really good. Really good.
Yo, Gary Sanchez is terrible. Terrible.
So one thing I was going to mention if I did the R3 wickets with you, which I didn't because it was Sunday, is that it was a close match, right? The very end of that was super, super close.
Right.
Pont in either the 49th or the 50th over had 2 balls that he made really great plays on that would have been buys, would have been the entire match. And I don't hear anyone ever talking about it. That shows how much he's improved in just the last 6 months with his fielding. Oh, here's Pop-Up, Mr. Pop-Up with 2 outs. Breaks a bat.
And there you guys get a broken bat. Man, we've seen a lot of it. You guys asked earlier. There's a broken bat.
Something about CFA and the audience, man. We see the good stuff.
There it goes. Broken bat. Either when you hit it off the end of the bat, that happens, or when you hit it off the weak part of the bat, that happens. It looked like that one was off the end of the bat. Because in baseball, that bat has a very small sweep spot where you want to actually hit the ball.
And it's crazy, too, because you'll have some players that will have the same bat all year long. It'll never break. And some batters that'll have like 6 bats break, if not more.
Check the cork in that bat, Gabe. No cork. It would have came flying out, would it? Which other country teams in Major League Baseball? Right now, it's just Canada with the Toronto Blue Jays. Canada also once had the Montreal Expos, so they've been in baseball for a very long time. But we are getting teams in Mexico. I believe is the next city. Mexico City is a plan for the expansion, and then eventually in the UK.
I personally think, and this is nothing against Fazan or any other UK people in the audience here, I think that would be foolish. Because now you're asking these guys to fly an additional 5-6 hours, whatever it is, for series out there just so that you can make more money as a baseball organization. I think that'd be foolish. Oh.
Because a foul tip, like an edge to the catcher, is out only if it's a 3rd strike. But on the first 2, no, you're right. It's not. Now, a pop-up, and if the catcher catches it, then you can get it. But like a edge, that's just basically an edge, which is a foul tip. You got extra life there. Come on, get him.
Oh, he's going to pop it up. You know he will.
You called it pop-up.
At least it got to the outfield this time. This guy is your DH? Look at the come on, crowd. Don't get your hands on Aaron Judge. This guy's your DH 0 for 4 with all pop-ups? Why is he doing the push-ups like Willie Mays Hayes?
Oh. Every time you hit a ball in the air, you're gonna. You know why? Because last year that would have been a home run, Nick. Look how, bro. It's the dead ball.
Stop. No, stop. No, okay. Let's say the ball wasn't juiced that much. Stop it. But let's say it was. The trajectory, that ball would have gone in foul territory.
Okay, maybe it would have gone in foul territory. But what I'm saying is you're going to see that a lot this year where you got low scoring because guys are trying to hit the ball and they've forgotten the art of just hitting for a single. My Yankees included. Okay, I'm telling you right now, the Yankees will struggle with this new ball. At least their hitters will, because the Yankees are used to hitting home runs. This is Yankee Stadium. It's given up 2 home runs today. 2. Okay. How many games where only 2 home runs go out in Yankee Stadium?
Not just that, but it's a low-scoring game. There's only 4 total runs. They've already got 2 home runs in here in this one.
Exactly.
I want to know from people with their opinion about this. I don't think the UK really cares about baseball or football. I saw someone's comment there. I agree with them. NFL's been going to London a few games each season. For the majority, the people that are living in the UK, does anyone ever talk about these American sports? Does anyone even care about it? Because I don't think they do.
Nick, why do you think America's trying to push for that market so hard? Like, they're really trying to push for the UK with NFL. Money. You're right. With just
because it's besides Mexico, right? And maybe I guess you can say South America. It's the closest geographically, right? It's a country with a lot of wealth, right? And I know what they're I feel like I know what they're thinking. They're saying, hey, if we can tap into that market, right. The UK is still pretty influential these days. This can really help open things up in Europe and other places, and we can make more. We can get all these people to become fans. It's going to take some time, right? And I think the NFL's done it the right way, where they've been doing it for like 10 years or something like that now.
Right.
I just don't think anyone in the UK is really going to care.
Can there be a draw in baseball? That's a good answer, Nick. But they are trying to push it, because all these baseball games over there, all these football games, they're trying to push it hard.
They're never going to quit.
And I'm like, bro, they got their own games. I don't know why they would be, you know what I mean? Especially since England has cricket, and even cricket has fallen behind football, not American football, but international football. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that mentality.
So here is something really cool and interesting for you new baseball fans here. Bomb the 9th inning. Home field advantage. If the Yankees score 1 run, then they win the game automatically. That's the way it works with the innings, the half innings. The Blue Jays have gone 9 full innings. The Yankees have not. This is their 9th inning. If, like, say Sanchez hits a home run right here, it's called a walk-off home run. The game is done. The Yankees win automatically. If they manufacture a run some way, the Yankees win. So it's a huge advantage as the home field team. Ooh, got past him with that gas.
Oh my gosh, Nick. CFA Nation, please give me a walk-off on opening day. Nick wants it because I'm sure he's trying to get to the Padre game. CFA Nation wants to see it. Let's go. Walk off. Can I get a walk off?
Can you guys not hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Who will win? Yankee fans versus Brahmy Army. I don't know, man. Yankee fans are deep, but Brahmy Army sounds pretty deep as well.
Listen, sorry to interrupt you. I thought you were done.
No, you're fine.
Whose hat was Uzi and Langer wearing in those press conferences in the test? Yeah. There's Yankee fans everywhere, all right? I don't think you can say the same thing about the Brahmy Army.
Deep. We're everywhere. Deep.
Everywhere. Let me put it this way. I grew up in Southern California in a town about an hour northeast of San Diego. About, an hour in a different direction northeast from Los Angeles where the Dodgers play. And when I went to high school, the people that wore baseball caps, 90% were Yankee hats. These idiots weren't coming from New York. Now, at the same time, the Yankees were the talk of the town. They were winning championship to championship.
Right.
But it disgusted me. No one's wearing a Dodgers hat. No one's wearing a Padres hat besides this guy right here. They're all wearing Yankee hats, front runners.
Oh, man. I love the anger that visceral Yankee fans get.
Bandwagons.
Do you get a pinch runner here, Nick?
Yes, absolutely.
Because Gary Sanchez can't run, and it's the bottom of the ninth. Kyle Higashioka.
Okay. Can you trust him to catch?
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
He can't hit. He can. So there's a pinch runner, guys. So this is something you can do in baseball. Now, Gary Sanchez cannot come back in this game, But that's saying that run is the winning run that's on right now. That runner. So what they're gonna do is put a faster guy there. Gary Sanchez is out of the game. So if this goes into extra innings, he can't come back in and play. So that's a switch right there.
Yep, this is a risk right here. You're hoping that with that extra speed, it'll get you you only need one run.
Yeah.
You only need one run. So you're hoping that Bruce here. Okay, 0 outs.
Immediately steal the base.
He Dave Roberts it.
Now bunt him over the third.
Yes.
Yankees bunt him over the third.
This is National League Baseball right now because since you have the pitcher, you've got to be aware of situations. So they have a runner at second base. Most balls to the outfield that are safely hit will be a run. You just got to get out there and make sure it's not hit too hard. Most balls will be a run with this guy's speed. You have all 3 outs. So you either bunt right here, sacrifice an out, and guarantee that guy gets to third. No, he's just swinging for. That was a bad swing. Or when you hit it, you want to hit it on the pole side so that if you hit it on the away side to third base, the guy's waiting there with the ball. Tauchman can't advance.
Right.
So there's a lot of gameplay goes right here. The worst thing you can do is pop it up or strike out.
Strike out, yeah.
Or line out and the guy's off the bag too much. But, all the pressures on the
Yankees.
What is Jay Bruce doing swinging at these balls? He should be 3-0 right now.
He should be 3-0 because those weren't even strikes, and the Yankees should have bunted the guy over. Yankees give up so many games because they don't play small ball, and it drives me crazy.
There you go, Rennell. It's true what Nick said. Even I have a Yankee beret. Exactly. Or Barrett. I think it's beret. He would be walked right now, 4-0.
Yep. And that was a great stop on a ball in the dirt. Because if that ball gets away, then the runner that's on second can now advance to third base.
And the thing that Jay Bruce is doing is all the pressure was on Romano, and then with him swinging at
just
those
a ball
bad
on second.
pitches, he takes a lot of the pressure off Romano there. He's still got pressure on him. Romano wants to strike this guy out. Now he lays off.
I'm a coach, right? And I've done this a million times. You know you're going to get a strike. So do you send your runner and maybe that runner gets in trouble in a line out?
Not with 0 outs, no.
Do you send him to try to steal third base? That was 0 outs. But you know what I'm saying. The wheels are turning right now.
He doesn't go anywhere.
Struck out on a ball that was a ball. Gosh,
he just took all the pressure off the pitcher. There wasn't one strike in that, and you said it's going to be a strike. Look at the balls on Romano. He's like, no, I'm going to go and have him chase it. That was a beautiful pitch. Don't think that Jay Bruce is just a horrible hitter. That was a beautiful pitch, but he should not have been swinging at that.
Romano did not throw one strike in that whole at bat. Not one ball. Not one ball in the. And what did I say earlier? You want them to watch the strikes and swing at the balls.
Nick, right now, which is the fastest growing sport in the U.S.? Oh, man, a beautiful pitch. I would say basketball. NBA basketball is probably the fastest growing sport in the U.S. NFL's king, but I think basketball is growing a little faster.
Kashawn, you can't ask me this question because the way I answer this, I'm gonna piss up.
Oh,
yes!
What?
Let's go! Stolen base.
He's crazy, like Gabe is. Wow. He was so lucky that ball bounced. And I guess he's thinking, hey, this guy has not even seen the plate.
He's not throwing strikes. Everything is in the dirt, which makes it harder for the catcher to think. Wow. He's not throwing strikes.
The pitcher did a horrible job of looking back the runner.
Right.
That was stolen on the pitcher 100%.
Good call. He's 90 feet away, winning run. That's right.
Look at the infield guys. The infield's in tight because they're hoping a fast ground ball, they can prevent that run from scoring. Oh, he couldn't catch up to 96.
I was a coach. I was a coach for baseball, guys. It's been a long time. High school team, club team. It's been since my oldest son graduated. So, man, at least 5 or 6 years.
All right, let's go. Before that pitch, what would you have thought about the suicide squeeze?
Squeeze play, absolutely. Nobody's ready for a squeeze play on game one. I would have bunted him over after the after the first stolen base. Yankees drive me crazy sometimes.
You know your team's gonna win it right here. I'm calling it right now.
I am praying that they do. Come on.
You have been asking for Clint Frazier forever. He's got 2 singles already today.
Oof.
Oh,
that was a good
close.
take.
This pitcher, he's either purposefully wild or he just is wild today.
And I'm looking at it on pitch tracks too. The third pitch, fastball, right? That's the only fastball he's thrown in the zone. Everything else is outside of the zone.
Okay,
is he going to come in?
No reason to come to the plate right now. You walk the guy at first, you get the double play. There's no incentive for him to throw it down the middle. Yep. There you go. Good eye, Clint Frazier. Why don't you go talk to Jay Bruce about that?
Wow, Jay Bruce drive-by. I love it.
Dude, I'm mad for you. I'm not a Yankees fan, but I'm mad about that. That at-bat was ugly.
That was bad. So let me answer this question. While we're in a little bit of a break here. Greatest Yankee ever. Guys, there's so many great Yankees. The Yankees don't have any single numbers left. All their single numbers have been retired. 1 through 9 are all retired. They've got more numbers retired than any other team because they got so many Hall of Famers. Some people would say Babe Ruth, right? Greatest Yankee of all time. He's the great Bambino. You've got Roger Maris. You've got Mickey Mantle. These guys are legends, all right? Thurman Munson. And there's so many. The 1927 Yankees were known as Murderers Row because every single person on there was an absolute savage, right? But for me, I'm an 80s child. I grew up during the 90s watching Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter's my favorite Yankee of all time right now. And that's going to be blasphemous for the older fans that are like, Jeter was great, but he was no, and name him. It's so tough.
Okay, what about this? If Mickey Mantle had both knees for his entire career. Oh, he's out, baby.
Wow, out at the plate.
Wow, that's why you have your infield in. He was running on contact. I wouldn't have ran on contact.
You got to. That's a set play. That's a set play.
No.
Watch, he starts running before the ball even gets there.
Now let's hit right to the guy. He shouldn't be allowed to block the plate like that. He didn't give him a lane. He did not give him a lane at all.
Ugh, you got to be kidding me.
How do you feel about him blocking the plate, Gabe? He literally had his leg out.
You know what? That rule to me is so difficult, right? Because
it's the Buster Posey rule.
It's the Buster Posey rule, right? In years past, you block the plate. That's what you do. And I'm an old school player, but they did it really to protect the catchers.
Absolutely.
But now batters can't take out the catchers. So that's a tough one. Come on, Judge. Just give me a single.
That was killer right there. It was great play by the Blue Jays, though. I'm surprised this pitcher's still in with as wild as he is.
So, Nick, this is their closer. Romano is their closer right now.
Goodbye. You just lost a job.
Thoughts, Gabe? My thoughts on the Braves. I think the Braves are the second best team in that division. I think it's going to be the Braves or the Mets winning that division.
That's a safe choice right there.
The Braves have a lot of good talent, and they've got,
did you hear who they put on their squad?
No, who now?
Kung Fu Panda made their squad.
The Braves.
Yes.
They've got third baseman. Austin Riley's a third baseman. Why would they put him on? They don't need him.
They signed Pablo Sandoval, and he made it out of spring training. They're crazy.
Acuna.
That's not a strike. That's not a strike.
He hasn't thrown one fastball to Aaron Judge, bro. How do they call that a strike? That's way inside.
That didn't even come near the plate.
Oh, my gosh. These umpires are horrible.
I don't want to hear how it barely touched it. No, that was not a strike. Oh! His timing is not down.
Well, CFA Nation always has first, guys. First extra inning game. Oh, my gosh.
Gabe,
Oh my gosh.
Saganisha is activating mush. 2004, 2004, 2004.
Listen, we don't talk about that year, okay? That year doesn't exist in New Yorkers' minds.
Extra innings. This is killing me.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm gonna have to start my game here. I can't wait.
What inning? Wow, they're not having any problem scoring. Oh my gosh. Other games are woo. Look, Nick. Woo. Woo. Oh man. Some other pitchers got absolutely blown up. So right now, guys, in the Kansas City, Texas game, Texas has laid a 5 runs in the first inning, and they haven't gotten an out yet. There's no outs. Oh my gosh, that's that. Oh, David Dahl. Did Joey Gallo do anything? Nope. Nick Solak got a hit. Gallo got walked, got a run, and it looks like it was a 3-run home run by Mike Lowe.
Oh, my Padres are being announced right now.
Ooh. Then we have Arizona up 1-0 against. We got Philly 2-0. Bases loaded. And what game is this?
Don't you dare mention anything about my Padres game. I will beat you.
Pittsburgh and Chicago. Bases loaded 4-2. And of course, the Yankees are the only team looking like they're going into extra innings. Fun stuff. And as Nick and I discussed earlier, now you don't have your number one catcher who's done offensive. So I mean, it's brutal, guys. It's brutal.
Why is this not connecting?
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh, and there's a rule that just started, and they just mentioned it, guys. When you go to extra innings, you start with a runner on second base. So now all you got to do is bunt that runner over, which is exactly what I would do.
They're not still doing that rule, are they?
Yes.
No way.
Games. Yep.
I thought they got rid of it.
Nope. So the Yankees went from being in a position to almost win this game to right now they could give up the winning run in this inning.
Oh, that's stupid.
Brutal. Oh my gosh, Nick. Brendan Keller for Kansas City. 7 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 1 walk. 45 ERA in that first inning.
Sometimes opening day, the pitchers aren't set.
Jeez. I hate this extra inning rule.
It's so stupid. So is this now an official rule for Major League Baseball, or is it still in a pilot thing?
Nope, they're keeping it.
So dumb.
They said that with the extra inning rules, on average, extra inning games only went about 10 to 12 innings, where the usual was like 16 innings. Blue Jays got the lead. Good job. I said at the beginning of the game, Yankees are going to lose this game. Bro, we got no closer, okay? Because he's suspended. We got no backup number 2, so our bullpen is thin. And honestly, losing Luke Voit, I mean, the Yankees, oh gosh. So that's a line drive. They've already scored now, guys. They've already scored. Romano, who by the way got that got the Yankees out in the last inning, is now eligible for the win. And here comes Danny Jansen doing what the Yankees did not do, which is to square up and bunt the runner over from second to third and try to get a run on a fly ball. So, that like a giveaway free hit on the first ball of a super over. That is correct. Blue Jays did get he got suspended for, what did he get suspended for? I think he threw at somebody last year, something dumb like that in the playoffs. Nick, do you like watching the Padres? If not, what other teams
I love baseball. Listen, I'm watching the Padres right now on my phone because I'm a little bit behind. I know they already started, so I don't want to look at the score. They're just announcing the players. I am such a huge Padres fan because they've been garbage besides last year for so many years that I still watch them almost every single game of the season. Now that they're supposed to be good, it's just like it's insane. But I do watch other games. I won't watch entire games usually of other teams, but if it's on TV or if I just need to get my fix, which I need all the time of baseball, I'll watch other games quite often. But I watch Padres just about every single game they're on. So, but yes, I love watching baseball, but I'm definitely not going to be watching 2 or 3 games a day. I don't have the time for that.
Oof. Even though the Blue Jays did not get that bunt down, I still agree with the idea. Get yourself to that insurance run by moving the guy over, play small ball. Enough teams don't do it.
But you got to get someone that can put down the ball.
The sad part is so many guys can't bunt these days because at high school they stopped teaching it. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. Nick, get Udicat out of the chat.
Down. Get down.
Here we go. Come on. Disappointing game for the Yankees so far, guys. They gave up. They had 2 innings there where they were in a position to win this game, and they didn't do it. And that's frustrating.
English is spoken the same way in America. For the most part, you have different parts that have different slang terms that aren't common to other parts of America. You have different accents, obviously. But you can go anywhere in the States and understand what they're saying. Absolutely.
Let's see. Oh, boy.
What do you think about Nelson? Is he a good reliever?
No, he wouldn't. I mean, I'm being honest, bro. Nelson is not a bullpen guy. Here's the thing: the Yankees, and you know how this works, because of all their injuries, and they had to use O'Day, who is like their 7th inning guy, right? Remember, I don't know if you know this, but the Yankees traded Ottavino to the Red Sox, so Zach Britton is out, who's our 8th inning guy, and our closer is out. So we're going with arms that are not really closer arms. You know what I mean? Joyce, did the West Indies declare or did they get bowled out? Oh, this is so frustrating.
There we go. First ball out for the Padres game. A little
Guys,
behind it.
Usually, because somebody said Marcelino says it's not over till it's over. In baseball, the first team that scores in extra innings usually wins the game because it's so hard to score a run in baseball. Now you guys know why we like tests so much, because baseball is also one of those scores that they declare 280 for 4. Good. Put yourself in a position to try to win. Baseball is a game where you may not necessarily score a lot, and it's more about defense and pitching. Where in cricket, like Test, it's a lot about the bowling. And yeah, you're gonna give up more runs, and obviously cricket they score a lot of runs. But Test, they score those runs over 80 over days. You know what I mean? Over 5 days, they may put up 200-300. Sometimes in an inning, an average 250 or whatever. Where think about it, in T20, we've seen 300 scores in 20 overs. You know what I mean? That's scary to say. You know what I mean? 260, 270 in 20 overs. So it's a slower scoring game. That's why we like a Test, just like baseball.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if they get out of the inning here, because all they got was that double. If they didn't have this stupid rule, it wouldn't have manufactured a run. Oh, they got a call on that one. So there you go. So they got a double, but it wouldn't have scored a run on its own. Now, will the Yankees be able to get a hit with their runner on second base? That'll be really interesting.
Bro, it's I hate this rule. I absolutely hate this rule. It's not for the purists as a sport, but it's not going anywhere because their goals are to get these games done quickly. Gabe, did you watch the 2012 Olympics? Sure did. I'm an Olympic fanatic. 10 more likes. Yeah, let's go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, boy.
The 2012 Olympics, that was
a long time ago.
That was a random question.
I am big on the Olympics, guys. I know Nick, he gets that patriotism as well. And everybody wants their countries to win, right? You know what I mean? Even though I never thought it was fair. Well, how did you feel about it, Nick, when they had basketball in the Olympics and we had the dream team with all these professional NBA players?
I loved
it. I kind of felt dirty doing that because technically the Olympics are for amateurs, right? Like, how are these guys amateurs?
No, I understand what you're saying. I loved it because now there's a few Olympics that actually didn't win. So
Test cricket is superior to T20 cricket. It's like another sport. I gotta agree, and that's why I like the pace of the game in Test cricket. You know what I mean? Every ball matters. Every inning matters. Every out matters. It's awesome.
On the Padres game, one of the field mics is kept picking up someone's conversation in the dugout, and this guy's throwing F-bombs left and right.
Oh, it happens. You gonna stream Tokyo Olympics? Oof, I never thought about doing the Tokyo Olympics. ODIs are amazing as well. You know what's funny is my favorite format of the game is Test, but then I love IPL, which is T20. ODIs just until recently.
Come on.
I hadn't seen those great games. Now I've seen great games. So we get in the super over? No, because I wouldn't compare this to a super over, Nick, because extra inning games are very...
It's not do or die.
It's very common in baseball, and it's not do or die. I went to one of the nights of the Sydney Olympics. I was supposed to go with my brother-in-law to the World Cup, I should say, in Brazil, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to go. That's on my bucket list. Let me tell you.
Oh, that's just him starting at second. Never mind. I thought I got a double already.
It shouldn't be, but that's how it is. Gabe, is Barry Bonds a legend or is he tainted in your eyes? You know what the sad part is? Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer even before he started roiding and before the juice. Watch his early career before you could tell that he started juicing. And what nobody remembers is that Barry Bonds really got on the juice craze after the whole obviously Canseco, Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa thing. And he's like, I'm better than these guys, and the whole world's giving them attention because they're hitting home runs. So I think that's why he did it. He couldn't handle that because he was a follower, but
it was all ego.
It was ego. Yeah, like I know I'm better than these guys, but these guys are getting all the accolades because they hit the long ball. But realistically, Barry Bonds is one of the greatest baseball players of all time. People who say they're not do not know the game of baseball. He was that good. he's tainted. He's absolutely tainted. But
Darvish
watch
gives
him.
up a few hits in the first inning, already gives up a run to the Diamondbacks. Oh, great.
Oh boy.
This is
God.
the thing. Wow,
So
that was a good pitch.
Bro, but the Yankees didn't get that pitch earlier, did they?
No, they got on the last pitch of the inning. Look at the last pitch of the last inning. It was way outside. He got that call. They got that call twice so far this game. This one was right there in the corner. That was a perfect pitch. This is the thing about Barry Bonds, in my opinion. Yes, I've heard the argument many times that he was a Hall of Famer beforehand. And he was, but then he chose to still cheat. Not only did cheating get him more home runs, but it got him ridiculous contracts as well. So he got a whole bunch of money, and the Giants were willing to pay him that money, so that's fine. But he, in my opinion, he wasn't trying to do it the right way, right? You're right. You're absolutely right. There was a great article that came out 10, 15 years ago, whenever it was, about how he was just basically laughing off the fact that no one's mentioning the fact that Bonds and Sosa are using steroids. He said, it's obvious. All of us know this. And so eventually he's like, fine, if no one's going to say anything, and it's all ego, he wanted to be in the limelight. He's like, with my skills, I can go crazy with home runs. And so he put on 30 pounds, and there you go. To me, anyone that does steroids is cheating, obviously, but especially to be like, hey, I'm not getting enough attention or enough money or whatever it is. Let me do this to get all this kind of accolades. That's just messed up. Ooh.
And here go the Yankees, not a bunting like they should have, where now you don't have to try and hit a home run. You could only go ahead and hit a fly ball, tie the game, but the Yankees don't have that mentality. This rule killed the Yankees last year, and Nick, it will kill the Yankees this year because other teams will bunt guys over like the Astros did last year and play small ball. The Yankees refuse to do it. It's so frustrating.
Someone asked about who was Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa before 1998. Mark McGwire had been around for a while. Mark McGwire had set the rookie record in home runs with like 49 or whatever it was when he came up in 89 or whatever year that was with the A's. He was known as the Bash Brothers, all that kind of stuff with Jose Canseco. They won a World Series for crying out loud. He was an established player. The thing, in my opinion, with Mark McGwire was the 94-95 season, he had a lot of injuries, and he was getting frustrated. He was becoming irrelevant, and the A's were trying to move on from him, send him to the Cardinals. So for him, I think he did it, and it's not a good reason. He did it so he could heal faster and come back to the field faster because he knew steroids was able to do that, and he was able to stay, in good shape and be able to recover much faster. So, but he was a big name before. Sammy Sosa had a few decent years, but yes, it definitely catapulted him when 98 came around.
Wow, this kid, Merriweather getting them with 99 gas. This is so bad right now. I told you, Yankees are going to lose. Yankees, you know how many extra of these extra inning games the Yankees lost last year and did not bunt? Like 8. Houston, who employs the bunts, those teams that play small ball, Nick, Houston won 8 out of 10. It's come on. The Yankees are making.
The Yankees need trash cans.
No, this is the favorite right here, Nick. Oh, it hurt. It really hurt, Abdullah. Oh, the Yankees are making Burstow look good. Yes, I told you guys earlier in the stream, the Yankees don't have any discipline. They swing at everything. 8 pitches, 8 strikes. 8 pitches, 8 strikes. You guys are about to see something called an immaculate inning, which means everybody strikes out, and you strike out on 9 pitches.
The minimal amount of pitches.
Now, there he goes. He popped it out of bounds. So it won't be an immaculate inning. But when you strike out the side on 9 pitches, which means everybody only saw 3 pitches, that's called an immaculate inning. Gabe, Nick, Rangers 5-4, bottom of the first. What's going on? I guess we didn't get the juice ball over there. I mean, we didn't get the juice ball in this game. They got the juice ball in Texas. They got to be playing in
kept a
Texas.
few like underneath the table just in case.
They're probably playing in Texas. Texas gives up. Strike them out.
But 5-4 in the first inning, that's insane. Ooh, struck him out, 99. Yeah, this guy should be your closer. I hate the fact that there's very few left-handed closers in the game. Sorry, Gabe.
Yankees lose the first game. Nick, I'm going to go scoop Trey up from practice real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, brother?
Well, I'm actually going to go ahead and end this stream. I'm not going to do the Padres stream. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. Guys, thank you so much for showing up. Thanks for hanging out. It's like super late where you're at right now, and you're still rocking with us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed maybe your first baseball match, first baseball game that you watched here. We're going to go ahead and do our thing, but thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Gabe, thanks for rushing over so you can join me. And we will see you guys next time.
Guys, Abdullah is right. I have mushed the Yankees on opening day. Just so you know, any Australia fans out there or West Indies, don't hold it against me. I don't do it on purpose. It just happens. You just saw the Yankees, who will win 100 games this year, lose to the Blue Jays because I'm watching. It's a curse. It's a curse. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. You already know. Much love. Appreciate it. And until next time, that's 6 runs.
Adios, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it.